Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Hello, everyone. We're here with part one of the final episode. So I guess it's not really part one as much as it is another episode, the second to last episode. But I'm just going to put it as part one. I started just a couple minutes early because I may or may not get a phone call, which will pull me away. In which case, we might have someone else running the show. But I'm currently trying to find a house to live in out in the beautiful island of Hawaii. As you guys know, we're moving out there. And a potential home has popped up, and because of that, I might have to step away and take the call. So, the lovely Sherry's here. Hi, Sherry. Great to see you. Whoa. Hello there. That's quite the picture. Cheers. Fantastic news for sure. Yeah, but yeah, so I might have to step away, but might as well come on here real quick and rant. Brahma's in the back just smoking, so I'll let him smoke for a minute, and he can listen to me for just a second. But there honestly, there's not a whole lot to rant about this week. If I'm going to monologue about anything, it is the Charles Devane. Yeah, this isn't the last show. Next week will be the very last show of this show, with no plans to return in the near future, and for real this time, because I just don't have the time schedule for it. I'll be in Hawaii Standard Time, which is 4 hours behind this time zone. So it is currently 5:29 in Hawaii. So I have the app I have the little widget on my phone, so I can keep track of it. So yeah, it'll be too much to do. So, but that's okay. From the ashes, like a phoenix. Maybe I'll rise somewhere else. But no. Not a whole lot to essentially rant about. Or monologue about this week. It's more so. I'm starting to feel a little bit more like connected to the next chapter, which is really nice. But it doesn't come without some like grieving for my past self in some ways. In that meeting, I think I'm like kind of closing the door on a lot of the YouTube content creation stuff. And I think it's a necessary step because the transition there will be difficult. I'm not going to bring my PC. I'm trying to sell my PC and then probably pick up a powerful like gaming laptop, something more mobile. I've even thought about maybe a Steam Deck. I don't know what I'm going to do, but something just kind of scale down and concentrate on a much different life, which I'm totally happy with. I don't necessarily care for the person I've become, like outside, not even outside. I don't care for the person I became, like within the sphere of YouTube. So I'm just sort of taking that step back and doing my own thing, watching other people succeed, which is great. A lot of people who, have just sort of come up and started making channels of their own. And are doing well, and that's fantastic. So, Birdman over on Twitch says, "Hey Shags, you awesome, man. Thanks. Dude. No, you Birdman. Appreciate you, man. So we're actually live. I did the work tonight, and I made a Rumble stream, and I made a Twitch stream and a YouTube stream. So, man, I'm really doing a thing. I'm really a content creator now. Yeah, I'm not gonna go too crazy on this monologue. It is what it is. Lovely Sherry says, change is inevitable, so I wish you all the luck in your future endeavors. Thank you. It doesn't mean I'm disappearing completely. A couple people have asked me to join them on their shows, which I will do for sure. But my to lead right into this question, am I retiring from YouTube? No, I'm not retiring. I'm going to use it in different ways. I think I'm still going to do like some like conversation type streams, some very like off the cuff stuff, but not concentrating on anything like planned or like videos like edited right away. It'll be conversation sort of related things, and then maybe down the line, if I feeling it, my content is going to mainly circle around my Discord, and then kind of putting forth some content for you guys surrounding my writing. That is a thing that I've been trying to really lock down and do, along with game development. So those two things you'll see popping up more in my Discord. My Discord will start changing more again to feature those things. And I think I said it last week, I'll be lowering the membership cost down to $1 or $2, whatever I can do. I don't know. It's going to be lower than it is now. There's not going to be tiers, but there'll be one level for everyone. And then if you want to monetarily support me while I do all this stuff and make the transition, that would be fucking great and awesome. But for sure, not necessary. But for those who want to like maybe see in the background and see some of the stuff I'm working on, that will be the best way to support, because I won't be online a lot, but not retiring. I'll still be around. Don't worry, I'll still be peeping, seeing what people are doing. That's what I do. Speaking of peeping, peep these motherfuckers.
Right to start with.
What's going on, guys? How are we doing?
How much?
Everybody hear me okay, right?
We hear you great.
Yes.
The sirens aren't in the background in the ghetto. All right, okay. Just making sure.
Not yet.
Okay.
Give it time.
No, but there's fireworks
Night's
in my
still young.
background.
Yeah, just heads up, I might just instantly mute and turn off my camera if these homeowners call to.
No, we wanted to see your facial expressions. Just mute your mic so we can see your like excitement.
Yeah, well,
Why do
yeah. No, because
Why are
I
you
talk with my
blurry
hands a
on the
lot on the phone. Like when I'm on the phone, I talk with my hands and I pace. So
I pace.
I'm a pacer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Fine, you
was,
don't have to keep
was-
your camera on.
Is Toothpick Terry a grinder match or something? Or
yes, no, I'm using my OBS is like not working for some reason at all. It's like a widget on Meld. So I've been using Meld just to see what they've. Oh, hold on, guys.
Look, he was right. Look, now we have to carry the show. Yay. That's
Oh.
how these things go. Hi, chat. Yes,
like he's
LA is
packing up
currently
to go to
on
the hospital
fire.
to deliver a baby or something. Hold on, it's here. I gotta go.
Exactly.
I gotta go. I gotta go quickly. Yeah, no, LA is definitely on fire right now. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's
It's just 1 square mile of it.
Oh, that's okay then. Well,
Not
yeah,
as big a
that's
fire as
supposedly.
the other fire.
I do
Ryan.
care a little bit. Like I care for the people who are the bystanders in this situation.
You mean all the people
Yeah.
whose
Who keep
neighbors
voting
are
for that kind
destroying
of
their businesses and
Yeah.
all that kind
Right.
of stuff?
Yeah, those people.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah, it's
always
kind of
the
crazy.
worst part.
But
Yeah, it's
Cash
pretty-
Patel says he's going to get to the bottom of who's funding it.
Oh, yeah?
Don't all
Just like you
know
You mean the
a
Democrat
father
Party?
son.
You mean
A
George
father-son
Soros?
Yeah.
All the usual
spooky
suspects.
dude. Yeah, literally the Tides Foundation. Like, basically, all we got to do is roll out an old Glenn Beck chalkboard from like 10, 15 years ago, and like, same people who was doing it then. So nothing changes.
Or from 5 years ago,
man.
when the Summer of Love.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
fond memories.
Fiery but mostly peaceful protests.
It has been kind of funny watching a whole bunch of people yell at black people during these riots, and it's like, no, you had your riots 5 years ago. This is the brown people's riots now.
Right? It's our riots now. That is so
Crazies.
horrible, but it's true.
Great news.
Great news.
We found
Is
a
it a boy
place.
or a girl?
Yay!
boy.
Congratulations.
No way.
Is it the one you were talking about last week with the tunnel?
No, we actually, so that I had a full like walk around to that place and it looked awesome. One of the things about it that I didn't realize, it was like completely off grid, which it's not horrible, but when you have like two kids, like the lady was even like, if it's cloudy the day you're doing laundry, like I would not really do laundry. I was like, I don't know about that, because where that whole place is, it's at a higher elevation and it's very wet. And oftentimes it can be cloudy for a couple days at a time.
So the solar,
yeah, which it does. I mean, solar when it's cloudy will still charge, but slower. The batteries that I saw they had were small. They weren't big. They weren't big battery banks. So, and the heat. There's no heat, obviously. The hot water was propane, as well as the dryer, and they had a 100-gallon tank there. But he's like, "Oh, I haven't used that. I just use 2 9-gallon tanks, and then a couple small ones, like just in case." I was like, all right, like I can live with that if I need to, but like,
with the family, trying to run a family like that.
Yeah, with the kids and everything else, that makes it a pain in the butt.
So this place that we just saw just popped up today. My wife like called me. I was here like putting stuff out for a yard sale or like staging some stuff. And she's like, this thing just came up. Look at this. Call them and like, let's do blah, blah, blah. So I tried calling. No one picked up, and it was like an automated answering service. And then I was like, should I just fill out the application? And she's like, yeah, do it. So I filled out hers, filled out mine by the time she had gotten home. And like the post hadn't been up, I think, for 30 minutes, and we had put in the app. The guy got back to me, and, after he saw our background check, credit scores, all that stuff, and was like, oh, you guys look cool. My wife's going to call you. I was like, awesome. I'm on standby. He must have meant my wife, because she was in the shower. She said the phone was, she was in a towel, like right behind me. Good thing I turned the camera off, because she was like, she didn't have time to wash the soap out of her hair, because she like leapt out of the shower, grabbed her phone, and the lady was like, I just want to make sure you sound normal and you're cool. You guys got it. We'll take the ad down right now. So it was like,
Nice.
yes.
Oh yeah,
Awesome.
that's awesome.
Don't have to worry. That means it's like the best case scenario, because that means I land, I go to the place, I stay there until my family can get there after the pet's clear and the car is shipped. Like, it's seriously the best case scenario. So chat, let's celebrate. Let's I don't know what to do.
Let's also
Yeah,
say hi to
everybody
Raiken
clap.
let's wish Raiken luck tomorrow. He's going in to get his knee fixed. So since he's in chat,
Yay!
We'll be
Yeah,
praying
let's
for you, bud.
celebrate that too. Shit, it'll be good.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Yep, Raiken's going in for surgery on his knee tomorrow, so y'all make sure you give him some love so he can heal quickly and get back to streaming and boosting his Rumble channel, because he's doing a good job, man. You're killing it over there.
It is.
But yeah, no, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's such a weight off. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Anywho, what were you guys talking about? I heard riots. You guys were talking about the new LA riots.
Yeah, that's as far as
Yeah.
I got.
Yeah, we were just trying to fill the
riots.
void.
Cash Patel saying he was going to get to the bottom of it.
Even though we
Yeah.
already
Paying
knew
for
it.
them, even though we already know.
Right.
Yeah, we've all known who's. Yeah,
We-
nothing new under the sun.
the riot thing is it's all over. It's all about immigration, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, over
Anti-ICE.
deporting illegals.
The Democrats have become the party of, please don't touch our illegals. We're willing
please don't
to
touch our
burn
slaves.
cities down to keep our illegals.
Who's gonna mow my lawn?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who's going to be my housekeeper? Who's going to watch my kids? Fucking racist scumbags, dude. Like they really do show their true colors when it comes to stuff like that, because they will say that stuff out loud. They're not just thinking it. They actually say that shit out loud, and you're like,
I saw
remind
one,
me who's the racist again?
Yeah, I saw one that was basically like, have fun getting paid $5 an hour and picking your own something other. It wasn't cotton, but it would have been on the nose if it was.
Yeah,
Might as well have been.
Right, but it's more like have fun to the guys who were employing those people. Now they've got to pay a livable wage to actually get people to do it. I mean, that was the issue all along.
You know what's well, there's two things. One, what I want to say is, well, first of all, like, well, I'm not going to go that way. What I will say is, these people, they say all this stuff, but then in like nearly the same breath, or not in the same breath, they would be all up in arms if someone had hopped over their fence into their yard and started using their barbecue in their backyard. It's like, you guys have no leg to stand on because you live in gated communities, and especially celebrities. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. You're not sharing your house with people. You're not, like, you're such a hypocrite.
DeSantis and Governor Wheels started shipping people to the Hamptons and everything, yeah, they did throw a fit.
oh yeah,
And
Really a really big fit.
and they deported them real quick.
Martha's Vineyard, they didn't really
Yep.
want them there.
Right. And I don't know, man. Isn't in a lot of these jobs too, you would think, I would almost think that people, or it's like the youth today and the people teaching these don't understand, like, a lot of these jobs are like landscaping job. This is all, in some respects, an entry level job. It's like, when you're when you're 16 years old, I guess 18 to operate that machinery, but you could still do something like a grounds crew at 16, 17, but even still at 18 to operate those things, like, you shouldn't be doing that for the rest of your life. It's like, here you learn some skills, and then once you're done with learning those skills, you should be replacing that person. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Like this should
the
be
business owner. You shouldn't be doing the menial labor your whole life as a career.
right.
Right.
What's up, Mad? Good to see you, man.
Hey, how's it going?
How you feeling?
No, I'm not.
Feeling okay. I gotta run my mouse back to the girlfriend,
Okay.
if that makes sense. I mean,
Not even remotely, but go
Yeah,
for
it doesn't, but
well,
for you, yeah.
Sure.
so here's the whole story. She was playing this mobile game, but had to switch to the computer, but she doesn't want to use the little tracking mouse thing on the laptop. So she tried to use this other one. One of the mouses with like the rolling wheel thing, but that thing doesn't work. Anyway, so I let her use mine because I'm off med, so I was going to be asleep. But then I saw that this is one of the last episodes, so I had to be here. So then I had to go borrow my mouse. It's a wireless mouse, so I had to get the dongle. Is that what it's called? A doggle?
Yeah.
Dongle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, to plug it up, to start up my PC to get to this point, and now I got to run it back over to her.
Bitches be trifling,
Okay.
huh?
True. And shopping. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I mean, all he really had to do is sound like he was joyful, and she would have come running into the room to stop him from having joy, and she could have just taken the mouse.
Oh,
He should have started laughing and sounded like he was having a grand old time. Yeah.
yeah, I wonder. I don't know. This is just, to me, is another example of. I mean, I don't agree with everything that Trump does, but like, it's just another avenue for liberal media and also like whatever to spin all of this in a way that just makes Republicans and Trump like look
Well,
horrible.
this is exactly what he ran on, and he's doing exactly what he said he was going to do.
Right.
I mean, 80% of the country agrees with it, and a ton of the voters specifically put him in to do this. So,
Right.
I mean, sure, there's things I disagree with him on too, but getting the immigration under control is not anything that I'm going to disagree with him on.
Yeah, like I think it's, I don't know. Like I mean, in a lot of ways, it doesn't affect me directly, but like when I think of it in terms of like, do I want people like who just like force themselves onto my property? Like it makes sense. It's like, well, the idea here is that borders matter, and when people just come over the border and they're not, there's a proper way to come in, just like there's a proper way to get onto your property.
And nobody has a problem with legal immigration.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, it's just weird.
It's just so funny, too, to see people like, well, they're not criminal. The illegals aren't criminals. Like, wait, you just said that in the same sentence, right?
Literally
That's why they
criminal.
call it illegal, and they call them undocumented.
Well, my favorite is like, no human is illegal. I'm so sick of hearing that. I'm just like,
Yes, no human is
Unless-
illegal in their own country when they're
Unless
not
they're in
breaking the
the
law.
Yeah.
Garrett, feel free to join, man. We have one little spot in the bottom right corner there that we could use another fellow. We need more diversity here. I think with you and King, we'd have like close to a whole black person, maybe half of one.
I mean, well, quarter black and I'm half. So
Oh, 3/4.
Three
Let's go.
quarters.
3/4.
Damn.
almost a whole.
And you know what, Jesse? Is,
I mean, that-
depending on the day, you got
Right?
full
I'm
black
like half
person.
Mexican. Well, and the other thing about it is look at it this way. If nothing else, we are already more black than Obama. So
Let's go. Let's go. Oh man.
but everybody's like, oh, he's the first black president. No, he's the first mulatto president. He's the first, like his mother was very, very white.
Yeah. You're editing tonight? You're fine.
Excuses.
It's late night, bro.
excuses.
Excuses. No. You gotta drill down, man. You gotta do your thing.
Lock in.
Okay, I'm back.
Hey, welcome back.
Sorry, I gave her
Matt
the
was here?
wrong dongle, and so I'm trying to unmute using my
When you put it
keyboard.
that way.
They
I had
did.
the same problem.
Let's just call it a Bluetooth receiver.
Came out with a kid.
Anyway, so I had to go plug my dongle into her port.
Yeah. Now tell me more.
Giggity.
It worked out though.
That was-
I
was
earned
fast.
2 Vivances. So boom, bitches.
Sweet.
Hey, there you go.
30 minutes, Mad's going to be popping off.
Probably more like 45 minutes to an hour because these are slow active.
Damn you, not the quick dissolving tablets.
They're chewable.
God, that can't taste good.
No, that's fine.
Oh, that's horrible.
Have you considered trying to get them into your bloodstream faster as a suppository?
But snort? Oh. I haven't considered doing
He
that.
just
Like,
thought about it for a second there. He's like,
He did.
no.
no. Well, I mean, I was like, how would I even like? How would the tampon even absorb it to stick it up there, like you would with vodka? Right? Like when we were all in college.
Maybe use some vodka too.
Oh, yeah. Well, all of us, huh? Nope.
Snort
Nope.
skis?
Can't say.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, snort it.
Yeah.
Well,
Snort is
suppositories apparently they work fast. I wouldn't know, but apparently.
Yeah.
Well, Matt already told you it's a faster way to get
just told
drunk.
us.
Oh,
so-
he did. I'm sorry. I was looking
yeah,
at.
Matt
something
just
else. My
confirmed
bad.
that.
Yeah, he went to college
Wow.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it called? Boofing.
Butt chugging.
What?
Lots of boofing in my day. Not by me. Others. So I heard.
Oh, you know of people who
I know other guys.
butt chugged.
He knows it.
We've all been to those parties and we're like, why is this tampon so big? And I'm like, well,
No, I'm a sheltered person. I do not. Those weren't the kind of parties I've been to.
Sure. It's funny. Speaking of tampons, I saw a TikTok this week. I get a lot of like gym stuff, and it was this chick working out. She was filming herself. This guy comes up behind her, and he's like, "Excuse me," and she goes, "Sorry, I have a boyfriend." And the guy goes, "Actually, so do I, but your tampon is showing." It was like sticking out of the back. And
That's embarrassing.
I was like, but you know what? You know what though? Chicks like that need to be put in their place like
They
that
do.
sometimes. I'm
Yes,
sorry,
they
but
do.
the whole gym, like filming yourself like that, like maybe don't bring a camera and look
Cringe.
stupid anymore.
Peak narcissism.
Yeah.
I like the clip of the chick that's driving and they pull up, they're like, excuse me. She's like, I have a boyfriend. Right. Well, get him to tell you that you drove off before you put the fuel thing back up.
The fuel hose is still
Yeah.
connected to your car.
Oh man.
Or there's another one where the dude's like, excuse me, ma'am. She's like, I have a boyfriend. Well, you may want to have. Oh, so he's like, you have a flat tire. That's what I was trying to tell you. Oh my God, could you help me change it? Maybe you should ask your boyfriend.
Right.
That slice of humble pie. Reach around and tuck in your tampon string. That's
Yep. Ugh.
that's ooh. Mm.
I would have just went up and pulled it.
No.
Gross.
No.
She would remember though, right?
She'll never make that mistake again.
Never.
Right.
Yeah. Double check.
That reminds me of a bad story with anal beads.
What?
Wait.
Yours?
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Tampons don't go there.
Unless
So I don't
they're
know. I
soaked
don't
in
know the
vodka.
connection.
I had a buddy of mine that was dating a stripper, and she was freaky, and she was like, and they were done, and she was like, okay, take him out. And so he just not thinking, just grabbed him and like a fucking lawnmower, yanked
out of
the
his own
fucking
ass.
out. Not out of
The old
his.
pink sock,
hers.
apparently.
Jesus.
Well,
But yeah, when he said pull the string, that's what it made me think of.
it's
Oh, my
2025, so
God.
anything's
She's not a
possible.
fucking lawnmower.
That's what I told him. The fuck are you doing, dude?
Yeah, she's a
You don't
dishwasher.
pull starter.
You guys seen that meme
You got to
where it was
prime it
like,
first.
Exactly.
have you seen the meme where it was like the guy crying and he's like, me when I have to explain to my wife that Trump says no more women in no more men in women's sports, and it's like the dishwasher or whatever. He's like unloading the dishwasher. That was good.
That's not bad.
Firm grip and pull down.
Whole
What do
new
we
meaning to
have,
let her
this
rip.
I actually didn't save a whole lot of bookmarks again. Wait, what was that, King?
Whole new meaning to let her rip.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, what do you guys got? I didn't save a whole lot. I'll be honest. This week, did my best to stay away from Twitter.
Well, Shags, I watched a couple of good movies. I watched Sinners. Which
Oh yeah, how'd you like that?
I love the cinematography. It was a beautifully shot film. I can see why some people probably were out on it and I had a couple of issues with it, but overall though, I thought that it was a competently made movie. And the cinematography was outstanding.
It was a repurposed Blade script.
Your face is a repurposed pleats.
No, it was. It was one of his pitches for Blade.
Oh, I get it.
They didn't.
Yeah, I
take
thought
so
it was
he made
good.
his
The
own
acting
movie.
was good. Yeah. Directing was good. The story could have been tighter.
How tight?
How long is it?
Like a virgin ass. What? It
How
wasn't
long is the
necessarily.
movie?
I don't know. It wasn't necessarily the length of the movie. It was just it's a slow burn, but unnecessarily so.
Okay.
Like I have no problem with a slow burn. Build up that tension for me, baby. But it wasn't really building tension. It was more interested in kind of in world building, but without purpose, really.
Without payoff.
Yeah, kinda. And bitch, how you just know they're vampires? When did you become a vampireologist? You know what I mean?
No, I don't, because I haven't seen it.
Anyway, yeah, so I watched that. That was really good. I started watching this show called The Man in the Castle, in the High Castle. I don't know
Oh,
if
I've
you've ever
heard
heard of
really
it.
good things about that.
Yeah, I
I've
really
heard
liked the
it's
first
good.
season.
That's the alternate World War II history
Yeah.
one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, where the Germans won.
Saw The Ballerina.
Hey, there you go. How was it?
I liked
I
it.
heard it
thought
was fine.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I like the way they handled her, and that it's not a passing of the torch from John to her in any way. He actually beats the living crap out of her without trying, so they didn't have to bring him down to try to bring her up.
Always a plus.
And it was a John Wick movie. I mean, then I watched Nobody with my dad last night because he's in town visiting. He hadn't seen Nobody, and I was telling him Nobody 2 is coming out in a couple months. And he hadn't seen it, so we basically got a double dose of John Wickish type movies, because I think the same guy who wrote the original John Wick did Nobody, so they're pretty similar.
I wasn't as high on Nobody as everybody else. I enjoyed it. I thought it was
I
good.
thought it was fun.
Yeah, but I didn't walk away being like, oh shit, he's, the middle-aged John Wick when John Wick is middle-aged himself, but
I liked watching Christopher Lloyd run around with a double-barrel shotgun, laughing his ass off while he was shooting everybody.
That's awesome.
Because Christopher Lloyd is old.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that should made the trailer.
Old.
It's funny because, I mean, I know he was like in makeup in Back to the Future, but like the makeup was good. So like he looked old back then. So my perception of Christopher Lloyd has always been
old.
He's been 75 for 44 years or some shit.
Just like what's her face from Hook and Harry Potter. She just died like 2 years ago.
Meryl Streep?
Oh, Professor McGonagall.
No, yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah,
Professor McGonagall. I
Oh
can't
yeah, I
remember
know.
her name
Yeah,
right now either.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She was
Now I
90
know.
for 20 years as well.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Like what?
yeah. She's been an old woman since Hook, and that came out in like the mid '90s.
Or
Yeah.
Maxine Waters.
No, that one's definitely aging. That woman's getting more and more
She's just
vile and
melting.
evil looking every day. Yeah.
But the guy who played his father-in-law in Nobody, did you guys catch who that was? I didn't catch it the first time I saw it. It's
I've only
freaking
seen it
Michael
once.
Ironside.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah. Like that guy's put on some weight and is looking a bit old too.
Fucking Jester, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jester. I always remember as
You should pull up a current picture of Michael Ironside. It's hard to recognize him.
he'll always be
No,
Richter.
it's not all relative. When you look 75 in 1992 and you're alive today, that's not based on my age. That's based on vampiric tendencies
Yeah,
or
like Patrick Stewart has been old since the 80s.
right.
Like when he was in
Yeah.
Dune, he looked old.
I
Yeah.
had a Wizard. I don't know if y'all remember Wizard magazine. Really? Nobody?
Nope.
It was a comic book magazine. It'd give you like current prices and had all these articles. Anyway,
I
and-
remember it. I
Thank
never
you.
had one, but I remember it.
Oh yeah, I had a lot of them, and one of them had dream casting for the X-Men, and it was Patrick Stewart. And this was 1993 as Professor Xavier, and he never aged out of that part.
That's only 10 years before he actually had the part.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, yeah, I
Because
forgot
that was
that it came out like
2003, right?
I think
no,
so.
2000.
2000. Wasn't it 2000?
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
I think Last Stand was like 2003 or 4 or something. Let's
I
go to
think
the
it may have been
videotape.
later than that.
I say IMDb. IMDb. That's what it's for.
My wife and I saw one of them in theaters.
X-Men was 2000.
when we got married. So
I remember seeing the X-Men in theaters because I remember literally sitting there when Scott gives the line to Wolverine.
I was just
what would you
thinking of this
prefer,
line.
yellow spandex? I was
And I
like,
was
I
like,
literally
yes,
said
motherfucker.
out loud. I was like, yes, that's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah,
So
that's
X-
exactly
Bryan
what we
Singer?
wanted.
and it only took 24 more years for it to happen.
Right? Yeah, no shit. And Ryan Reynolds.
What's
Yeah,
up? Shaq?
X2 is 2003, and I'm guessing.
Okay,
for-
so that's the one I saw on my honeymoon / eloping marriage, whatever it was.
okay.
We just went to Vegas. We were like, nah.
Well, at
screw
least
the
it was
whole
the
wedding
good
thing.
X-Men. Like X2 is considered the best of the three.
Yeah.
That's the one where Nightcrawler has
Mhm.
the intro, right? Yeah.
Yeah. That is
Great
a
intro.
badass.
That was an awesome scene.
That's how.
And
you
he's
start
coming
a
back.
fucking
He's
movie.
coming back for Secret Wars and Doomsday. He was
Yeah,
in an
don't know that
interview
I
not
care.
too long ago talking about how much better the makeup experience is now than it was before. He says, like, I used to be in there for 4 hours and they were just hand drawing everything on. He's like, now I walk in there and it's all stickers. So,
Wait, what? Who's coming back for?
the guy
Who's
that played
that
Nightcrawler.
Is that Alan Cumming?
right.
Oh
Is
yeah,
that his
yeah.
Yeah, Alan Cummings. Wow, good job.
Yeah, Alan Cummings.
There was a really interesting. Of course, it was on TikTok. There was this guy talking about what the possibility
You're on
of
TikTok a lot.
yeah. Well, there's
You're basically
I told
Chinese.
you last week why is because I found much more. I found just a wider variety. There's definitely people like bashing like movies and video games on there, but there's also a lot of people who are like praising a lot of movies, which I enjoy to hear. You know, like even if they're might be wrong, it's just nice to hear like positive shit. So there's a guy talking about like what they thought the possible end game was for the next couple Avengers movies, and how stuff that has previously happened is leading into that to perhaps give a bigger like Thanos sort of like reveal. And it was explaining basically that Tony Stark is just the Doctor Doom that we're seeing is essentially a Tony Stark variant. And because of everything that happened through like Loki and stuff, it erases the sacred timeline got rid of the Doctor Doom, which is essentially a Tony Stark variant. So I forget how he explained it exactly, but by the end of it, I was like, it could be, but then I also remembered, I was like, there's no way that Disney has this sort of foresight.
They
Also-
haven't planned out anything in years.
The
So-
normies.
No, this was a Hail Mary. Is
Yeah.
what this
Yeah,
was.
no, but the thing is like,
The fact that he was theory crafting and having fun with it, you enjoyed.
yeah, that was cool. And I thought, I mean, the thing is there's time to like, if Disney was smart, there's ways to sort of like retcon this over the next couple movies. Because yes, we have RDJ as Doctor Doom. You can still lead up to him being like a really, really like good Doom, or even like,
Right.
But
like what
I
they
don't-
did with, like what they did with the Mandarin. Is that his
Right.
name?
yeah,
the Mandarin.
Bill
Yeah,
Kingsley, yeah,
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was kind of a
yeah.
yeah. It wasn't.
It was kind of a letdown in the end, but yeah.
But then they had
That
the
build-up was great for the rest of the movie, though. Yeah, they
Trevor.
really played him up very, very well.
So, but then they had the Marvel short that they used to do, right? That it revealed that the real Mandarin was still around. Then
Yeah,
came and
that was the
visited
one.
him in
Yeah,
prison or
because
whatever.
they have like the after. It's like it was like part of the special features or something for the DVD.
Was that the Hail to the King?
They had an interview.
Yes.
They had yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it could be like that, right? Like this Tony Stark variant is just a variant, and the real Doctor Doom will come for part 2 of the Doctor
Right.
Doom.
Well,
movie.
yeah,
But
and
if the Galactus thing goes the way that some of us have theorized, that Galactus does eat the Final Four's Earth, and somehow they get into the main timeline, and then we have Galactus further down as revisiting, and they know about him. That would be a lot of, let's have a variant and then use the real one again. But we don't know if that's true on on Fantastic Four either. So
right. And honestly, Robert Downey Jr. like he's done a great job, but he's getting old. I don't know how much longer you can.
and he's
like,
vegan, so he looks ridiculous at the moment.
No, there was a set picture from him like a month ago, and no, homeboy's jacked. He's back in shape now. He's put on a
Put
lot
weight
of
back
muscle
on,
and stuff like
'cause
that.
He
All
went
natural?
down to he was like sickly thin.
All
No, I
natural.
remember. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, because it did. I was like, everything vegan makes you sickly. Because like there was one of the guys that Joe has on a regular basis too. Like the last time I saw him on Joe Rogan, I was like, oh my god. And he's like, yeah, I've gone vegan. I'm like, you look like shit. But yeah, no, he's all back and bulked back up and jacked.
all
again.
natural, just
Okay.
putting in the time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm
Just
sure there
taking
was
his vitamins.
no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Not getting anything
Yep.
from Momoa or The Rock.
No, not HGH or anything like that. They would never use stuff like that in Hollywood. That would never happen.
I wish they'd go back to Sherlock Holmes with him before it's too
Oh,
late.
speaking of The Rock, I am really looking forward to his upcoming movie.
oh yeah, that looks
It-
awesome.
until he shaves the hair for whatever reason. Once he goes bald, I'm like, oh, it's The Rock. But before that, like, he looks so good.
Yeah, that definitely looks like a movie that like everyone there looks like they showed up to act.
It reminds me a little, at least the effort of wanting the recognition or whatever of Foxcatcher. Yeah, Foxcatcher. When Channing Tatum and Steve Carell were like, you know what? Let's do a serious movie, and they did a great job. Don't like the movie, very boring. Just doesn't go anywhere, but you can see the effort put in,
right?
Because they really went for it, you know.
Well, this will be one of those movies too that I think The Rock he's going to elevate his acting chops for this, and like I said, it looks good, and it's going to be a movie. I think they're trying to like, I don't know, they're trying to hit that like Academy Award movie, but I don't think it's going to get there. But
the Smashing
maybe
Machine?
his wife?
Yes.
What's her name?
Not Keira Knightley. Emily Blunt.
She might win something. I feel like 'cause
Definitely. She looks so New Jersey.
They deserve a statue, so for sure.
It reminded me of Amy Adams in the Mickey Ward movie.
Oh, the wrestler.
No, Mickey Ward.
Oh,
the
I'm
boxer.
sorry. I'm thinking of what's his name.
Yeah, dude. Fucking Marky Mark fucking played him. Kristen Bell was his brother.
Oh, the fighter.
The fighter. Yeah.
Dude.
Amy Adams in that was all like jerseyed up.
Yep. Oh, the fighter was
Boston
so
up.
good. The fighter and the wrestler was awesome.
Yeah, I'm not as high on it as I am the fighter. The fighter is amazing.
It is. Yeah, the fighter was great, but the wrestler was good because that was a Darren Aronofsky movie, which he's coming out with another movie, by the way.
Did you ever hear about how what's his name played the wrestler?
Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, he would always want to put on sunglasses, and so before every time they would start shooting, Dan Aronofsky or whatever would have his assistants go and take his fucking sunglasses so he doesn't try to put them on in the scene, and the fucker just kept having sunglasses. They would shake him down, and he would have 7 pairs of sunglasses. And he had no idea why he wanted it so bad, but he would have to always take them from him. It was a constant fight throughout the filming. Was just getting rid of the sunglasses.
That's funny. Oh, Marissa Tomei. Yeah, she was hot in that. Yep. She's hot in everything.
She's hot in everything.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, dude, there's a bunch of indie films, not indie films, but I guess films that have gone under the radar.
Small studio films.
I just saw
almost everything from A24.
A guy dropped a couple. He dropped a TikTok that was essentially going through like movies that came out this year that nobody probably saw, but were really good. And I have it saved, and I'm going to write them down so I can actually watch them. I like watching ones that are just not like
same,
like full.
How
Yes,
long
I do
is
know
the
you're
video that
definitely.
he did?
What's that?
How long is the video that he did? Can we just watch
it's,
and react?
It's not long. Yeah, I could pull it up. Let me open my TikTok app. So
made a photo for who?
Right? Who's Sherry? Who did you?
Oh, she
Sorry for
sent
the
it to me.
midweek Oh, did she?
Send it to Jesse or Brahma if you can, because I'm gonna pull up this.
Oh no, she sent one to me too.
It's probably the same one.
This is the High Castle one.
Yeah.
Hey, I look good, man. Fuck me.
Wow.
Fuck me.
Oh man. Yeah, and I just dropped the link for my new Twitter account in the chat, Sherry.
Oh yeah, there you go. My favorites. Okay. This guy kind of pisses me off because he'll sometimes get like political with stuff, and I'm just like, just talk about movies, you fuck. I don't care what he thinks about like politics and Trump or whatever. Like he's got decent movie takes, and I'll take it. But like all the other shit, like just shut up. It's not why I watch you. It's why nobody's watching you for your political cultural takes too.
Just dribble the basketball.
Yeah, basketball.
Exactly.
Republicans buy shoes too.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Where is it? Okay, here we go.
Great minds, King. Great minds.
What the fuck is this? Why did that open up?
Uh-oh.
Porn tab.
Yep.
Yeah, we
Shags.
suffer
Shags.
anytime
No, it was like
Shags
a-
has to do anything.
It was a Chat GPT like update or something. I don't know. Tim Hayes says, "You seem like such a clean cut nerd. Then you make inappropriate comments by cussing. He don't know me too well, do he?" Okay, let me.
Can't hear
There's
it.
no sound.
Are you fucking kidding me?
All the time. Every time.
No.
You didn't fucking
We're
share
being
tab
serious.
properly, did you?
It you have to actually put in the effort to unselect share audio. It does it
Well,
automatically.
if he didn't click the right one, like if he didn't click share
Oh,
tab, if you click
okay,
like
you're
share
right.
screen or something.
Yeah, or window. Yeah.
Yep. One of those would do it. Oh, that's a fact. That's a fact, Soul Assassin. That's a fact. Still can't hear it.
Still can't hear it.
Dude, I hit
audio.
fucking capture audio. I hit
But did
capture
you
audio.
you already unmuted
But
from
this
the,
isn't a tab though. You don't have it open in a tab. You have
In
it
a
open
tab,
in
yeah.
an app.
I know.
Oh, that's yeah. A lot of time the app doesn't, or the apps don't work very well as far as trying to get the sound to come through.
Yeah, you should just do the browser tab.
Yeah, put it in your demon Google browser.
but he has to do more work. Oh,
Just pull it up
Well, I
on
guess he
your
doesn't
phone
really
and then hold
care
your
to
phone
show
up to the screen.
Yeah.
Or to the
DSP
camera.
that shit. Like what?
Oh yeah, let's really boomer this. Let's really.
Wait,
boomer
what does
this.
that mean?
love
I don't
it.
even know what DSP that means.
Dark side Phil.
Yeah,
He
but
was
what
like-
does it mean to do something like? Is
to
it,
do everything badly.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
okay.
not only that, but also he was one of the last people to he was one of those guys that was doing I'm gaming, but he would have a camera on his TV filming it.
Pointing at his TV instead
Yeah,
of
pointing at his
screen
TV.
capturing.
Well, after everyone else had already moved on to screen capture.
Oh man, that's
all right, let's.
Man, I randomly came across DSP streaming, and this dude, he was playing Street Fighter, and he legit finished a fight, and he until he hit his next goal, he would not do and start another one. So he kept his entire chat hostage. If
He
you
is
want to see
such a
me play
damn-
again, you better hit this goal.
Well, wasn't it him who was getting made fun of last week for getting Mario Kart, the new one, and then
Oh,
just
being
getting last
horrible.
place
yeah.
over and over
Horrible.
and over?
Yeah.
It's like all you do is play games. That is your job. And you can't win in Mario Kart, a game that's designed to help you win if you're in the back.
y'all want me to start winning. You got to donate more. I need to meet my goals.
Yeah. I got to make rent this week.
I got my wrestling addiction to take care of.
So,
Yeah.
Oh shit.
10 good movies this year you probably missed. Hopefully the audio works now.
that came out this year
Yep.
that you
It
probably
does.
missed.
Yep.
It was definitely a rough start for
It's a
2025
little
so
quiet.
far, and not just for movies, but there were some gems that most
He
people
looks like-
wouldn't typically see in theaters.
like
and these
Jeff
don't have
Winger's
massive appeal,
nephew.
but I really liked them. The first is Night Call. Look how cool that poster is. This movie is very stylish.
That
It's
looks
got
like
one of
something from the
coolest title
70s.
cards that
Yep.
I've seen this
I
year.
think that's the
using
point,
a
yeah.
drone. It's a Belgian thriller. I think it's a
Skip.
co-production with France about a locksmith. A locksmith who accidentally opens the wrong door. It all takes place in one night. It's an easy watch. I highly recommend it. And then there's a
You
movie
just
called
saw
Cheese,
Chad's
comment,
comedy
huh?
about
Yeah, I
a
saw Chad.
DSP hasn't been the same since he got his straw hat knocked off last October.
That's
We
a
did a whole
reference.
show last night on Matt's.
Yeah, on the latest MADchismo where we talked about the Straw Hat Riot in 1922.
Or if you were wearing a straw hat after September 15th,
A
it was
gang of
perfectly
1,000
legal to beat people with
Yes.
sticks that had nails sticking out of them.
A gang
As
of
long as you crushed their
1,000
hat.
kids got into a fight with dock workers over straw hats.
Oh my god.
Those were the days.
A man
I know,
in
that's what I
England,
kept saying last night.
a man in
We used to
England,
be a proper country. We punished people for having bad fashion back then.
the Haberdashery, whatever they call him,
Haberdashery.
haberdasherian, yeah, that invented the top hat. The top hat caused women to faint. He went to jail. He had to pay like a $50,000 fine. because he caused a riot because of a top hat. That's a real thing that happened.
I don't know how we've survived as a country this long.
Nope.
About a woman who takes in her daughter's ex-boyfriend after she goes to college. It sounds
they
weird,
fuck.
but it's not. It's very endearing. I'm surprised the assessment
I wanna
didn't
see
make
this.
more of a splash, at least among like indie film lovers. It stars Elizabeth Olsen, Alicia Vikander, and Himesh Patel. Fans of Ex Machina should have been eating this up, and not just because Alicia Vikander's in it. The plot and the themes are way different, but it's got the same aesthetic and tone. It's a dystopian movie about a couple that wants to have a baby, but in this government, they're not allowed to without approval, and so an assessor comes to live with them for a week, and it's wild. Super weird movie, great production design. I really liked it. Love Me is like a
Ugh.
rated R Wall-E.
I want to see this
This is a
too.
movie
No.
that nobody
This
that
guy
watched this with
is
me
just
liked, and I saw it
dripping
at
with
Sundance last year.
pretentiousness.
What's wrong? Okay. Let's and you're not with that comment. I want to know why people don't want to. I mean, the subject matter is interesting, and how he describes it as more of a rated R Wall-E. Like, okay, you got my attention. Why does it sound bad to you?
No, the movie sounded fine. The Ex Machina, like, as in it looks kind of similar.
Oh no, he said it was totally different aesthetic, but
Right.
it was similar in
In the
other
way it
ways.
looked, yeah, and the aesthetics. That was fine. It's just the next one, of course, is another foreign film.
This one's a foreign film.
Yes, just like the first one, the second one.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
keep
it's not like-
highlighting cherry chats.
Yeah.
Did you say
yeah.
cherry or sherry?
Sherry.
Either one would have been
Breasts.
appropriate.
I mean, it's clearly Sherry. It's spelt right in there in the name. It's very obvious what it is.
I'm not even looking at the words. To be honest. Sorry.
Nobody has for a week and a half.
It stars Kristen Stewart and Stephen Yeun.
Which was her
A love
intent.
story between a buoy
Oh,
and
I
a
don't want to see
satellite.
fucking Kristen
You might love it.
Stewart
like I did.
walk around with her
Ethos
mouth
really
open.
Surprised me.
This
is a
one,
Right?
Ethos is a movie I really want to see because it hits a little bit more home because I used to play baseball with guys, some of the guys like this age.
Beer leaguers.
Yeah. Oh, totally. It's like, it's the best. So I'm really interested in seeing this movie.
baseball
There's a
hangout
tattoo?
movie. It's about a bunch of
That's what I was
middle-aged men who play
thinking.
One last baseball game recreationally because the park that they play at has recently been sold. It's surprisingly poignant and tender, very funny at times. Just throw your phone across the room. You're going to want to not look at your
Not
phone.
interested.
Then there's a bunch of movies that I really
Old Man
liked that I
Sandlot.
did talk about. Freaky Tales is awesome. Again, it's like the Warriors.
I have it
meets
on my
Scott
list.
Pilgrim versus the World. You got to check it out. Sacramento is a poignant indie comedy. My Dead Friend Zoe, if you need a good
No,
cry,
fuck
mixed with
off,
some
dude.
chuckles.
Oh,
And
it
then
lost
two
all
movies that are
credibility.
My favorite of the
Oh man, you couldn't get 10 out of 10, so lost all credibility.
With that pick, my
That
dead
last
friend
one,
Zoe.
Did you see
yes.
who is in the lower right hand corner?
Dude, oh, wait until you see the trailer. My God,
Who
meets
cares?
Scott Pilgrim.
I
versus
do
the
as a
World.
veteran.
You got to check it out.
Who-
Sacramento is a poignant indie comedy. My Dead Friend Zoe.
Who's in the
Oh.
lower right? Who? Morgan Freeman?
No, the chick.
Who's
Isn't she
that?
supposed to be funny and never has been?
Who is it?
Oh, I
Natalie
don't know.
Morales.
Natalie Morales.
I have no idea who that
I
is.
believe.
There might be a reason for that, Shags.
Well, but what I get, guys, I don't know who it is, so I can't be mad, just like you guys.
No, I'm mad
Um,
at the movie. I've actually seen the trailer for it. It is horrendous. It is an insult to.
Well, at least we're watching the trailer after this. Then I can't wait. I can't wait.
Hell yeah.
If you need a good cry mixed with some chuckles. And then two movies that are in my favorite of the year. They're in my top 3 so far. Bring Them Down. You can actually stream this on Mubi if you're a moober. And Black Bag, which I loved. This is what a good marriage looks like. But also if you're spies. But apparently people are going to vibe with it like I did. I tried. Let me know if you saw these.
I do want to see Black Bag. I haven't seen it.
It's
but
on my list.
I like Fassbender a lot. He calls him Fossbender, and it makes me so
Oh, really?
mad.
So, and I,
Like a
oh man,
false
I
bender.
really was off base with that pretentiousness, huh?
No, yeah, he definitely. So this guy, just to give you a little context, who he is, he's like, he does this all the time. This is like his job. He goes to film festivals and sees movies and private screenings and all that. He was like an addict for a long time. He had like 4 movies to like his collection and just watched them over and over again. And then he like got clean and like started talking about movies and had a family. And like this is like, I think movies like saved
Did he
his
own a
life.
comic book shop?
What's that?
Right.
Oh no.
No, he owned a movie shop.
He owned a Blockbuster.
But
That's why when Blockbuster went under, that's why that's what started his crack addiction.
That's great.
Yeah, essentially movies saved his life, and he does this now. But yeah, there are times where he does get super pretentious about stuff. And
Y'all
like I said,
remember that movie where it's the 2 chicks, they climb up the top? It's like a psychological
Fall.
theory. Fall, yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Love that
hoping to
movie.
fall as I was watching those. But I was not interested in any of them. It was
I like the premise behind Fall. I thought it was, and there was some pretty cool shots in that movie, but yeah, it doesn't stick with you for very long.
It did
Yeah.
with me, but mostly because I really can't stand heights.
you are
really?
afraid of heights, yeah.
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 Freaking
So like I was like cramping. I was clenching my fists and
Yeah, some of
my
those shots are
calves
wild.
were
It's
so
freaking-
tight. And it was nerve-wracking if you've got a fear of heights of any kind.
all right, this is my dead friend Zoe trailer.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Inspired by a true story.
No,
Oh,
it
that's
wasn't
fun.
Dum Dum because people don't see dead people.
What?
Hey, how
That's
do
why
you
they
know?
said inspired.
Yeah, the inspired by tag is like a story was
Means
told
there
once
was a
about
story.
a thing, and we
Yes.
took the person's name and put them in our
We
story.
butchered it and made
Yeah.
it into whatever we think it should have been.
I didn't know there was a button you can press so everybody jumps at the same time. So I would be like, all right, here we go. We're gonna jump 1, 2, 3. I mean, then I would always jump at different points in the count. It didn't go well.
Chained together did not go well.
Color me
It won't
shocked.
get
I think
like
that's the point of the
messed
game.
up.
Taliban can't touch this.
If you ever catch me in some sort of like dopey group therapy, you have permission to kill me.
So we're all here. Who wants to start?
What makes
That's
me
when
more
you're supposed to
mad?
laugh.
What makes me more mad is that we can't listen to Morgan Freeman without hearing his fucking dentures now. Like when he talks, he's speaking through his giant fake teeth, and I hate that.
Yeah.
Ageist.
What's his face from John Wick, the guy Winston, when he got those veneers for the Continental right before the Continental, the TV show or a series. No, it wasn't that one. It was John Wick 4. When he got the veneers, like everything sounds off from him now.
Who's
And he used
Winston?
to
Is
have-
it the guy from Deadwood?
the manager? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like he used to have one of the coolest voices, and now with the veneers, like it messes
Oh.
up his speech so bad that
Bummer.
it's highly noticeable.
Yep.
And the ballerina, you could still hear it. Most people, it goes away after a while because you get used to talking with them. But
Well, like, and I feel like what's his name? I've been hearing it with Morgan Freeman for like many years. Now he's not in a lot of movies anymore, so maybe it's just that. But I don't know. Wow.
I'm getting
My name is.
Ian McShane.
already like the 6
Shag
triple A.
froze. Sorry,
That's-
go ahead.
Woe is me. Ouchie, my feelings. Let's get out of here. Quiet.
Merritt,
Now
Oh,
he's
she's
back.
dead.
everything okay?
I'm sorry.
Shags, you're the only one that can watch the trailer.
No, I'm watching it.
What?
It
Yeah, I mean,
just
you're watching it in
slideshow
slow
for
motion.
me.
Yeah, it's a
You're not
slideshow.
missing anything.
No. No.
Grandpa, I've been dealing with some things.
That's where
Now
a
it's playing
soldier
fine.
does. You suck it up.
Ooh, Ed Harris.
First platoon said there's a sniper out there.
You think I'm scared? Where are you going? Zoe. You can't tell anyone. Burl. Damn, what a name.
Don't say that.
What? I can joke about the dead. These are my people.
Hey, I didn't think, have you
Gay.
ever played Buck Hunter?
No.
That's a new record. Well, damn.
Oh, she's so good at shooting in a video game because she was in the military.
Girl balls.
All right.
I get the feeling that the reason people don't like this is because it's a girl. Am I right?
No, it's
No.
as someone
I mean,
who actually lost somebody very close to them in fucking combat. It's just insulting. Just this, it just pisses me off, and it's not done well. I fucking hate her. I'm
not discounting your experience by any means, but have you seen this movie?
No.
Well, what I'm saying is like, what if like this is how? I mean, if it's based on a true story, like
inspired,
someone loses a
inspired Shags.
Inspired, sure. Is this not a way that someone could deal with that loss?
Sure, a crazy person.
Maybe. I mean,
if
obviously,
you're seeing dead people.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Exactly.
Having conversations with dead people.
Well, this trope has worked in many movies before, where people are seeing they're a manifestation of their consciousness of like whether
technically it happened in Fall, the movie we were just talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it worked, and there was girls. So this disproves your point there, Shags, that I've only hated because it's a woman, which doesn't help, but it's not the only reason.
Listen, I'm this is all I'm trying to do is break down. I'm not trying to discredit your experience at all, man. You should know that. It's more of like I'm breaking down like I see this movie, I see this trailer, and like like some of the humor is like weird and it like falls flat for me. But I'm seeing a trailer. I can see where the sort of snooty, pretentious movie critic might think or would, is probably getting like, oh, there's some weighty parts. There's definitely some humor. Blah, blah. You know what I mean? That's all.
It feels like another attempt by people who have no idea what the fuck they're talking about, trying to explain the trauma that comes with experiencing combat. By the way, the combat was her dumbass friend stood up and was like, "Oh, look at me. I'm not afraid of a sniper." Oh, guess what happened?
And they link it to subtle stuff too. It's not just a woman; it's a black woman. It's it's just those little things like you can't help but miss. I mean, you can't help but see. It's hard to miss because they're just hijacking experiences. That's what they're doing.
Right. And I mean, again, it could be that they are totally race swapping and flipping who actually experienced this, which isn't right.
I wouldn't care who it is. Hurt Locker, starring fucking Jeremy Renner, who I'm a big fan of. That movie fucking is an embarrassment. It is insulting to anyone who's ever served. And it's the same thing. It's people trying to talk about something they have no idea. You know what I mean? They know nothing about.
But that is part of the course because look, they do that about everything in entertainment nowadays.
But they don't have to. They choose to. Look at Warfare. Yeah. Warfare was a damn good movie. All right. And it stayed true. Same thing with Outpost. Fucking phenomenal. Without being insulting.
They're trying to relate to people who are so far removed from these experiences. Like by and large, oddly enough to say it that way, is a minority group. They're trying to appeal to people who will never see or they'll never experience what it is to lose somebody in combat. That's what they're operating through, that paradigm.
So
the woke paradigm.
That's a real criticism for sure. That
the
I think
assumption
is
that Hollywood knows what actual grief is in that specific situation, or how to get past that grief, I think is kind of what they're getting at.
Okay, and that's fine. And I guess the next question on my mind would be, who worked on this film? Were there people that were actually involved in this or have any experience? That's all the question I would ask. It's not that like I wouldn't immediately go to, oh, it's a bunch of brainless Hollywood hacks. Like it's certainly possible. Because maybe some people will certainly like this movie who have served. I don't know, but your point is well taken. That's one of the big criticisms for you on this. Yeah. So no, I get it. That makes sense. We don't have to watch the end of this trailer if you don't.
No, go ahead. No, we came this far.
You think I'm crazy? Your mother thinks I'm crazy. But as long as you're under my roof, paper goes in goddamn 6.
See, he's angry because he's a veteran too.
Living in the past.
Guess what?
Exactly.
Why would you re-enlist? The world is not my oyster. You think the world is my oyster? I'm a black woman in America.
With a lake
Oh,
Oh,
I called it.
here we fucking
That's
go. Jesus.
I called it.
That's a
What's
bit
up?
cringe.
So,
That's fucking cringe as shit.
by the way, also, never mind. Just,
Right?
It's an interesting tone for a movie like this, for sure. Like,
I'm a black woman in America.
yeah. Well, like even where is it? Like this right here. Like I get what they're the
Kim lights.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like the right aesthetic for the subject
Seems a little
matter.
quirky for a grief story.
Which
Yeah.
I would be fine with
If
it
it's
was
done correctly.
Yeah.
I might
It
just
just goes to show how disconnected they are.
yeah. Like I would say that my biggest criticism of this is that it feels really disconnected from like a real world experience, even though I don't have that experience, so I wouldn't be able to tell. And then two, like I think that whole like I'm a black woman in America like is like just super played out.
Yeah, like look at this. My white dead friend.
Whoa, so
Shining, you know,
hold on.
but-
White?
She looked Mexican. No, she wasn't
she is
white.
a
That
POC,
chick-
sir.
Hold on. From the half black man, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, black women, she might as well just be a white woman. It doesn't.
True.
All Mexican women, they're white women.
Not, but not gingers,
Australian
apparently.
women, they're white. They're all white women. If they're not black, they're white women. And so you know, if she's struggling and she's dealing with this, and she apparently got herself killed or whatever happened, how much more is a black woman, a soldier? How much grief is she dealing with? That's what they're getting at. That's what they're trying to drive for.
It's
They're-
so
that
You're helping her
experience.
through that.
Yeah.
It's so tropey too. She's good at playing buck hunt because she
Yeah.
was so lame.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and I think it speaks to, you know, the style of what you're doing. Again, and this is your criticism of is that it's tone deaf, and like the genre that we're looking at here is like it's like a blend. It's a dramedy, right? Like it's drama mixed with some comical moments, like that they're sharing, or she's remembering from their past, and I'm sure she's trying to help her. Like her projection of her is trying to help her get like over the whole situation, and by the end she disappears and she can live on her life, and she mends her relationship with her dad. Like story.
Yeah, and
finished.
she'll fade away at the end with
Right.
just a nod, like you did it, girl.
Yep.
Yeah. Good
Got you
job.
through it.
So yeah, I mean, like
Your
instead
dad
of-
didn't. Your combat veteran dad didn't. He didn't help you get through it, but your dad's best white friend.
That story will probably be far better to like watch unfold than the story of her and her best friend would be my guess. But that's not what it centered around.
Black girl magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, listen, she's only half black. Hello.
Yeah, you clearly saw the white daddy or granddaddy, whatever you're
Brahma,
saying.
has he been
you don't
confirmed,
understand.
by the way? For
She black.
Brahma, has he been confirmed for our first annual, like the first annual Brahma Open?
I don't know. He hasn't responded to his texts.
Wow. Talking about you in the chat. Want to say your name, Quarter Black.
God damn.
Just calling him out like that. Holy
I didn't
crap.
say who it was. It could have been a quarter of anyone.
Yeah, 'cause we've got all these other
If
quarter
anyone.
people running around. We've got all these other quarter people running around the internet with that tagged in their name. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I almost changed mine to
Thank you.
quarter gay, but I was like, no, people will take that too literally.
Damn, that's
Oh, Garrett didn't even show up for my
especially with
birthday
the shows
this
that
year.
you do.
that's wild.
See, I'm not the only one. Called you out. Called you out. Oh, it is great. Shags, host.
Sorry, I've been in the process of selling a couple things, and I got some messages about it.
Nice. Good.
I got a
Marketplace
storm
at this time of night.
I got a storm moving in here. I guess to let y'all down. Oh, you're down? Quarter Black?
Oh, you down?
Okay.
You're on the down low.
Let's see what do we got.
By the way, I don't know why I said it so aggressive that he's agreeing to. I'm like, oh, so you're down? Like, that's a good thing. I don't know why I reacted like that.
I don't know what
spider running around my desk.
Nice,
dude.
We'll just blame all your brain damage, Mad.
Man, my girlfriend called me in, like, just screaming because there was a spider fucking with her. It was on the fan above the bed, and it just kept going down and then going back up. And she just got out of the shower. She's still on top of the bed naked, not trying to hit the spider, just there screaming with this spider just fucking with her. But I did not come in immediately. I was outside having a smoke. But how long this went on? But
we were playing Night Rain a couple nights ago, and they, you can't pause the game, and we're in a trio. We're fighting against a boss. And a
I know
spider
what
just
boss you're
drops
talking.
from the ceiling directly onto the mic right here while I'm talking to them. And I'm like, I can't do anything because we're in the middle of the boss fight.
Oh, I thought you were getting ready to talk about the spider balls.
No, just an actual
Just
spider.
a actual
decided to come and
spider.
stare at me from my microphone, inches from my face.
That's hilarious.
Yep. So how's the well, I guess Quarter Black would know, and I don't know about you, Jesse. The Against All Kings, what's their fucking dumb protest thing going on in Texas called? No More Kings,
God.
King.
Yeah, I think that's supposed to be like the nationwide one thing or something. Yeah.
Because apparently, fucking, they sent in the National Guard into San Antonio.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how it is down in your neck of the woods.
Austin's been bad,
like,
I've heard. Dallas hasn't been great at times. LA's still going pretty poorly.
Yeah. Down here, like even during the fiery but mostly peaceful protests, like we had a Trump rally and then there was a counter protest. Like they didn't even have their own protests set up. So yeah. Who fucking knows? We don't generally have too many problems with that down here. I live in a beach town. Everybody's too laid back.
Yeah, or passed out drunk at the Burger King. I thought that guy was dead.
The Whataburger.
Whataburger, dude. Whataburger, yeah.
So I'm noticing too that the Superman trailers are just making everyone mad.
I like the latest one.
I'm surprised.
I liked it more than the first one. I was like, oh man, this is very James Gunn humor.
Yeah, it's exactly what I said when I saw this new one. I was like, this is
James
like
Gunn.
the most James Gunn shit I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Are you
I can't wait
kidding?
to see whose brain has been taken over by something. Because that's every James Gunn movie. Anyway, but yeah, the only problem I had, it wasn't even a big deal, was when the teeth clinked on the camera. I'm like,
that was funny.
I was like, people are gonna fucking flip the fuck out on that. As soon as it happened, I'm like, oh Gary, oh no.
I just
FNT's gonna flip out with these teeth.
Actually,
flipping on the camera.
I was watching Gary when they watched it, Tuesday when it came out?
I don't know when it came out. I saw it today.
He didn't seem to hate it. I think he said at least we got some, some actual details in this one instead of it just being
Yeah,
fast-paced, action sequences and flashing. But
we hope. Yeah, there's
didn't
more
seem to
story
hate
out. There was more story revealed in this one than we got in the first one, for sure.
Yeah, that's kind of what he said. I didn't.
I
actually watch the
like
trailer
Lex. I kind of like the Lex. I actually do like him. Hey Grant.
Nicholas
I love that actor Hank from Hank McCoy.
Yeah, Nicholas Holt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man,
yeah, he's great.
I
guess
super
I'm gonna have to
stoked
go
when they
watch
cast him
this.
as Lex.
This is I don't know.
It was
when I
fun.
saw
It's
I
James
didn't-
Gunn.
Yeah, it just seems fun. I just want fun, dude. I want fun superhero movies. This looks like a fun superhero movie. Like, I don't.
It also
like,
looked
do I
like
ex-
hundreds or thousands of people would have died.
What's that?
from what Gary was saying, they were talking about. I guess there's a couple buildings getting knocked over in the background.
Oh no!
Yeah.
It's like thousands of people die right then on the spot.
Right. There's a bunch of really cool. Like I love some of the shots that you see in the trailers so far. Like there's a lot of.
We watch it.
We can.
Yeah, what do you wait on, Shag?
I mean, technically, you got 2 shows left, and then you're doing conversations. You don't have to worry about getting
Your
stuff.
copyright.
Oh no, everyone's
claims.
getting demonetized and shut down. I should be
Dude,
careful.
people, there's like 3 channels of people in like the
Uber
last
Geek got
couple of
hit
weeks.
today.
Yeah.
Who?
I don't know.
Like
I don't know. I actually
Uber
don't.
Geek.
I actually
One of
don't
the
know
Legion
anything
of
about
Memers.
what he does.
I don't know what he does either.
I seen him
He
make a
was part of
post.
the Legion back.
What's
in
up,
the day, I
Eclay?
think.
Yo, Weeklay, what's up, man? Sorry.
Good evening.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like they're being very liberal with how they're banning people. So it's.
I saw a couple
sucks.
videos that said
This storm's kicking
there
up.
were
here.
some new rule changes that had just gone through, but I haven't watched the videos to find out what those new rules are.
The headline I saw was they were supposed to be lessening the rules, not
That's what I thought,
tightening
too.
things. Yeah, and so I didn't get a chance to go over the article. We ran out of time on my live stream. I didn't get a chance to get to it, but yeah, I don't know.
Okay, here's the trailer for the new trailer for Superman.
Yeah, there's your thousands of people
Yeah,
dying.
a few thousand people dead right there.
Superman.
There's a few thousand more.
Can't save everyone.
The most
Yeah.
powerful being on planet Earth.
Nobody in the building survived, but the chick in the car, she's fine.
Well, he caught that building, so
Yeah.
like, a lot of those people
They
probably
didn't
got pretty.
Some
banged
of them
up.
are dead.
Some of them have CTE from banging their head around, but
They'll be all right.
But
Am I
they're
the
not
only one that's not
dead.
a?
It's just
Am
like
I the
some
only one
bad
that's not a big
turbulence.
fan of his voice?
Who's-
I'm not either. I agree with
All
you.
right.
who's
His
As
voice.
like Lex, like I don't
It's
hear it. Maybe once I
too-
see the movie,
It's
By
not intimidating enough.
well, no. By the end of the trailer,
Yeah.
I think it gets better though, and also the context. But you can tell that they strung together things that he said, but out of context that actually don't
Of
fit
course.
together.
Yeah.
So I think seeing the movie and having what he's saying in the context of what it's supposed to be may change the way you feel about his.
Is that the
Fair
new
enough.
Mr.
Yeah, that's
Spock?
fair enough.
I also like. I liked what's his name as Lex Luthor, Kevin Spacey. I liked him in.
Oh,
Superman
yeah.
Returns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
he
was
was
just
really
a
good.
stupid story.
Yeah.
Now,
But yeah, that's
as
Lex's
planned,
girlfriend.
Pretty sweet glasses though.
I'll destroy
Right?
you. And of course, that reporter you always do interviews with. Who raised you as a child?
Oh,
I'll kill them too.
I did really like that part right there though, because where he's like, I'll kill them too. I'm like, damn, because like that is at least showing that he's it's a well written
Oh,
villain.
yeah.
Because like, no, he's a villain. He's a villain. Like, no, I'm gonna kill your reporter girlfriend, and I'm gonna kill your parents. Like, I'm going to murder everybody that's attached. You're like, fuck. Okay, all right,
Well,
Lex, here we go.
The way he says it is nonchalant, which is like as so matter of fact, is what wins me over. It's like, and I'll kill them too.
yep. Yep.
Not overdoing it with that, and I'll kill them as well. I'm a bad guy.
This is nitpicky. I just didn't like the line. Who raised you as a child?
No, because that's
Yeah.
cut. That's you can if you're listening to it, you can hear the difference
I
in
think it
the
is, but
audio.
Yeah, it sounds stupid.
Who raised you as an adult?
Yeah.
Who raised you as a child? I'll kill them too.
Sounds like one solid line. I really like the design of the bots.
No matter what you do to me, Luther, your plans won't work.
Wrap it up.
Good luck with that.
That delivery there is pretty awful. Good luck with that.
As the shot.
Yes.
Oh, that
I just
one.
think that's cool.
I didn't
man.
even notice. I didn't even notice that before.
Oh, you really did it? Oh, dude.
No,
As soon as I
that
saw
till
it, I
now.
was like, oh boy, that's not gonna go over well. It breaks the immersion.
Like I do think like that whole like part right there where you, like I just think that's a cool fucking like
Yeah.
Yeah, them on the football field.
I think it was a baseball field, but
Baseball, whatever.
the
And you know how
CGI
those groundskeepers get
Some
pissed
of
off
the-
if you
some of
even
those
step on the
CGIs.
grass.
are pretty rough. Hopefully, they
Rough.
still have time to finish that shit up. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with that. Yeah. I'm not saying that this was perfect.
It
or
could
it's
also
gonna
be
No,
the
of course not.
resolution that this is running
Right.
on, too.
No. When I saw it
Yeah,
on my
that's kinda
own,
what
I
I'm
saw it at least, I think, at 24, 26, whatever it is.
Mhm.
And it was even more noticeable.
Okay.
Oof. Okay, get hurt.
They chose him. Let them
This shot here, I think, is fucking awesome. Like one of the best shots.
die.
Yeah, that's been a money shot since the first trailer.
That is such a good shot.
Hey, quit messing around.
I'm not messing around. I'm doing important stuff.
I like that joke.
Yeah.
I thought that was
it's a
good,
very
too.
James Gunn joke, and I
Yeah.
think it works.
Yeah, totally. Badass ending right there. I think
Hey,
that's
buddy.
dope.
Eyes up here.
Was he looking at his dick?
Hopefully. So one of the things that someone pointed out, and I didn't at first notice, and you don't hear it in this one, but in the previous trailer where she's like sitting down and interviewing him, there's you hear the distinct difference between Clark Kent and Superman, which Christopher Reeves did as well. Like there was two, like part of the character was
The mumbly shy voice versus the assertive voice.
right. So I like how he sounds as Superman and Clark Kent. So both of those, I think he nails and does well in that, because I feel like in Superman Returns we didn't have that. So, I haven't seen the shows, which I'm the Superman and Lois show. I didn't watch that, which I want to now.
I've heard good things about it.
Mhm.
I made it through like 2 episodes and then couldn't find the rest of the series.
This is the only movie I'm excited for this summer. What other movies? I feel like
I was. I would. I
Oh,
don't
we
know.
got
I can't.
F1 coming out in a couple weeks. We
That's
got,
gonna be fucking phenomenal.
Which one?
28 years later,
Oh, yeah.
the
Oh,
week
yeah.
after that, or the week before that. So, like the 14th and the 21st, there's a movie on each of those days that we're all going to probably go see. F1 and 28 years
Yeah.
later.
F1's the
Nobody
Brad Pitt.
2.
Yep.
Nobody 2 is coming out in August. I'm definitely going to see that. And there's a few things coming, and a few things like real quick here at the end of this month.
Yeah.
It'll be back to back.
Dude, the trailer for 28 Years Later, that World War I song, Boots or whatever, the girlfriend has been captured by that song.
Whoa, hold on a second. You're going to see? You're excited for Jurassic Park?
Oh,
What is the matter
absolutely.
with
That looks
Ugh.
so bad.
I would never waste
Mad loves
any.
bad
Like
movies.
it does look bad, but I am
It
not.
looks
paying-
so bad.
Oh. And the thing is, I don't know, man. I can't. I can't. Don't be excited for that movie. Soul Assassin, you're better than that.
I don't know. That may be
Excited,
my,
no, but want to say.
that may be my influence on Soul, because it's a
Says
bad
the
movie.
guy who is basically in love with my dead friend Zoe.
Who-
Don't be
Oh,
excited
come
for
on now, that wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't
Don't
go
be
that-
excited for Jurassic Park.
Yeah, but go see my dead friend Zoe.
I'm not excited to see it. I wanted to know.
It's all you
'cause you were
talked
so
about.
quick to dismiss it, so I wanted to watch it and see. I'm not engaging with you anymore. F you guys. I'm muting you. Beep.
Now that his meds have kicked in?
Yeah.
Or are you talking about King?
Oh man.
Maybe both of us.
I'll say to Deeple said I was about Fantastic Four. I was excited to make. I don't know if excited is the right word. I was ready to see it. I guess.
Were you ready to see it, or are you ready to give Marvel another chance?
No. I was just like ready to see it as like, okay, maybe. But I don't know, man. I don't know what exactly.
The girl bossing.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't know, and even that doesn't
Talking
shine
down to the smartest man in the world, treating him like crap, making him seem like
Grace
he's an idiot.
Randolph
But this
is
also
already
some,
criticizing
like,
it.
GameSpot said or whatever. I don't trust those outlets.
Grace
No,
Randolph.
This is from the producer.
Oh yeah,
on
that
the
is true
movie.
too. Yeah,
That said that
she's going to be
the
the
leader of the Fantastic Four.
What?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I don't know what I was, you know what I want? Okay. This is a stupid reason to want to see it. The aesthetic of the movie has made me like very interested in it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
That's
it
not a
looks-
stupid
yeah.
reason at all. That has a lot of people.
But like,
Yeah, I'll
his,
admit the aesthetic looks really, really neat.
his turtleneck suit. And then I gotta say, Johnny Storm is just not that, the guy playing him just
He's
is
so
not.
soft.
And nobody, oh
Yeah.
my God.
He's soft.
What's his name? Chris Evans.
I agree.
Was just the perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, he was a
He's
good.
great Johnny Storm.
That arrogance, that fun arrogance. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like completely absorbed in himself, but in a fun way to where you're not. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
not
he's
like
not-
oh, what
he
a
wasn't
what a dick.
mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, that's right. His arrogance wasn't. It didn't come from a mean place. It wasn't ever about I'm better than you. It was I'm so awesome. And I think
Yeah, I'm
there's
just
a
fucking
difference with
It's-
that.
And it's not to say that this guy can't pull that off. I mean, his character
can.
in Stranger Things, like, was
He's
kind
from
of that
Stranger
way.
Things.
Yeah, he played
Yeah.
Eddie.
Yeah, apparently.
Eddie.
Yeah, that's Eddie.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
with short
okay.
hair.
with short hair. Yeah,
Also,
Man, he looked like because I guess rewatched that season of Stranger Things. He looked so much like the de-age Robert Downey Jr. from when he had that
yeah.
the projection
The
thing.
eyes are very much Robert
So
Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. Yeah.
Yeah, very much.
I'm also looking forward to Now You See Me, Now You Don't.
Shut the fuck up, Brahma.
I like the Now
Holy
You See Me
What's up,
series.
Camelot?
Are you serious?
Camelot
Oh, yeah.
Road.
yo, Cam's here.
Ooh.
Why don't I
Camelot
see that?
Road. It's
Oh,
in
there
the-
we go.
It's
There
in
it
the
is.
pop-out chat.
What up, Cam? What's going on, y'all?
What's going on, guys?
Come
The
on in.
storm's
Come
kicking
hang
in.
out.
That's right.
Great to see everyone. Hey guys, in Camelot, this is our second to last episode. So y'all just pull up a chair, hang out. We're chilling. Appreciate you.
All gonna be over.
Hey,
And
Junebug.
you should get on here either tonight or next Wednesday because that's the last show.
Oh yeah, the Gagsworth.
right.
Oh boy, don't tempt me.
Don't tempt me.
That's
Like you
disgusting.
have a gag reflex.
I mean, he does need to raise raise money to help with his move. So I mean, he'll do anything for $1.
Fucking A.
Degenerate.
About.
Oh. And then he
Whoa.
freezes.
Perfect.
He freezes.
That's you know what that is? That's God. That is Jesus coming in and be like, "Oh, you want to mess
so
around,
great.
Shags? Freeze." You're lucky your tongue wasn't sticking out.
Oh man, that was
Oh, that is good.
great timing.
Yeah, second to last. I'm moving to Hawaii. I got a job career switch out there. I'm essentially going home is what it is. So, but
Are you gonna
Yeah.
play the P Diddy song the whole way on the flight?
which one?
I'm coming home. No,
That's it.
okay.
So I won't be streaming. I will
Ozzy
be.
Osbourne.
I'll
You've
be
heard half
streaming.
of the song, right?
No, I don't know.
No,
the song.
not you.
Oh, Billy Hatcher. I will be streaming still, but not this show. This show will not be happening anymore. So this is the closing episodes of this.
He's just dumping us. He's still going to
I'm
do
just-
stuff.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
just dumping
These guys-
us again.
Out of here.
Again.
After bringing us all back, mind you, and saying that he would only do the show if that panel would make sure that they came back.
Yeah, no, we're
Drag my non-medicated ass on here.
Well,
for
now
you.
you're medicated. You're well past the 45
I don't see the relevance of that.
Okay.
That was just a last
You were
resort.
going to commit to doing the show without medication until you
Yes.
got the medication.
Yeah,
okay.
that's what we should remember.
It's a good thing you saved her from that spider last week.
Yep, and I let her use my mouse. I gave her my dongle.
God damn.
Put your dongle right in her point.
I still would prefer you to say Bluetooth receiver.
I did bring up the family again, but well, you never know what the future holds. But the transition between here and in Hawaii will be tough. And then once I sort of find my bearings, it's very possible that something can happen in the future. I just can't promise anything right now. I can't promise anything with these guys because my day will be much different than theirs. So
your work day would be starting when we would be starting the show, right?
Basically,
like your work evening.
Mm-hmm.
I'll force you to come on and talk politics on a Sunday night sometime.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the big time shift like opens up times for me to like do things that I otherwise wouldn't be able to because it's like it'll be midday and it'd be like 4 o'clock for other people. So, yeah. Wow, I'm getting messages from Facebook Marketplace right now. Jesus Christ.
Everybody wants to buy your
At
shit.
11 o'clock at night, you're getting Facebook Marketplace messages?
Well, a lot of them are fucking scams. I've realized. They're like, hey, I want my son to come pick it up. Meanwhile, his profile picture is him holding his like 4-year-old son. I go, yeah, like 4-year-old's gonna drive over here. Yeah, what's your Venmo? And I like give him my Venmo, and he's like, oh, my payment's not working. I need your Venmo email. Yeah, whatever. Report blocked. See ya.
Oh, that's not working. I need your Venmo password.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
Also, what is your mother's maiden name? I don't know
Can
why
I get the
need
last
it, but
four
it
of
needs
Or yeah, what's your social security number while we're at it?
What's the last 4 of your
What's the name of the street you grew up on in your favorite
exactly.
color?
It's actually asking me what
What's your mother's
address is
maiden
valid
name?
in the last 10 years. Can you tell me? Yeah, Hawaii is a 6-hour difference from the Eastern. Yes, it is.
Hawaii, but go on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anywho's, new jobs is important. I'm looking for a new job too. Hey, come out to Hawaii. I'll get you a job.
Hawaii.
You haven't even started the job, and you're trying to be a hiring manager now.
Oh, I totally could, man. I know good people when I see them. See,
I don't know. I don't know if I'd go that far.
I'll say, have you
got
seen
Matt
this
on the
panel?
Wait, what
Yeah,
about
that's
what
true.
happened?
What? Nothing?
My dead friend Zoe.
Yeah. So yeah, chat. Everyone from Camelot's channel, we were talking about my dead friend Zoe and how great of a movie it is, and what an amazing representation.
It's
Drama.
not it at all.
Oh, it wasn't.
Matt.
Oh,
Matt
Not at all.
Jump through the screen and strangle you.
Have y'all been
From
watching
Texas to
Murderbot?
Utah.
dude, I want to watch that so bad.
Don't watch it yet.
Okay.
The episodes are so short that every week we've been watching it, and it feels the end so quick. You're like, what the fuck? No, I want more. Loving the show. I think it's great, but you wait until the season is over, or there's quite a few now, but that way you don't get that it's like 27 minutes, dude, and it is a breeze. It's so fast, but yeah, I'm really loving Murderbot. And Sticks, I'm on the golfing movie with the series on Apple with Owen Wilson. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That kid's starting to get
Is it any good?
unbearable. It is, but I can see that if they don't pull in the right direction, that kid is so unbearable. He's such a little fucking asshole. It is he's grating, but yeah, I'm liking most of it. Even Mark Maron.
Mark Maron's hit or miss for me. Like he's either an insufferable windbag or he's like based, and it's never somewhere in between.
Was he the wrestling promoter in Glow?
Yep. Oh wait.
Okay.
Glow?
I think you're right.
He was.
Yeah.
Wait.
The Allison Brie series that was going back
yes.
to the ladies of wrestling.
I was thinking
that story.
he's also in the movie Almost Famous. He plays like the venue, like the guy who's like in charge of the first venue they go to or whatever. He's like, lock the gates, and like they're trying to run out of the. Yeah. That's Mark Maron.
It was one of my favorite movies,
bro. It's one of the. I think it's one of the most underappreciated movies of all time. Movie? Almost Famous.
Almost Famous.
Oh yeah,
such a good.
Jason Lee was fantastic in it.
Yep. Word About is better on Apple right now. Okay. Everything's better on Apple right now.
Apple's great, dude.
Lead singer.
I'm a big fan of Apple.
Apple has quality over the quantity. Everybody else puts out a ton of crap, and Apple has been putting out fairly good shows and movies. So many people missed out on Tetris the movie, and it was one of the best movies last year.
Good movie.
It's a fantastic movie, but it's on Apple.
I've yet to watch it.
The Air Jordan movie with Matt Damon, it finally came over onto, I think, Amazon, but I think it was also an Apple exclusive. I really enjoyed it as well.
Deeple, what?
Deeple, see it.
It's like you must see movie. It is so.
It does
like
lag
not enough people talk about it.
Minutes.
I don't usually subscribe to streaming service, but I found a lot of great sci-fi on Apple. Yeah.
There you go.
Between Severance and Silo and
Sorry, real quick. All right. I apologize, Chad. I was wrong. Air was not an Apple exclusive. My bad. Oh.
Okay.
Somebody was starting at the bottom on Tuesday.
Let me see here. What am I found?
Yeah, Fountain of Youth was not good. That movie, it was bad. I watched the whole thing. I don't know why. I stopped watching it and then somehow went back and finished it. It was not good.
You know, it's crazy to think that movies that we're talking about right now that like you must see, like people were too young when they came out. Like that's fucking wild to me. Like that just okay.
Yeah,
now
I don't
you're
care
old.
for it. Yeah.
We've officially transitioned into that stage of our lives.
I was telling my wife today that because of being on trying to find a new place to live and sell some stuff on Facebook and whatnot, like it's brought me back to seeing like some friends in high school, you know, just they're on my feed. And one of them there was two pictures. One was her son when he was like in probably kindergarten, maybe pre-K. And she looked almost exactly the way I remember her in like, you know, our senior year. And then the second picture was of her son graduating high school. And I just thought, oh my God.
Oh God.
Like, we're so old, man. I mean, we're not old, but like 20 years has passed.
Bro, we're fucking old.
My couple of buddies that I still stay in touch with from high school, yeah, they were freaked the hell out that I am a grandfather at this point because they've got like 6-year-olds. You know, their kids range from like 2 to 6. They started way late, and yeah, I'm already grandfather Brahma. So
you guys had kids like very soon after high school, basically. You're like the Mormons. Like
I got married when I was 20. I just turned 21, and we had honeymoon baby.
Okay.
So
nice.
And then she got married at 20. She just turned 21. And she had basically a honeymoon baby. We're still trying to figure out that timeline, but
don't.
Don't. No, but well, I mean, you guys know the story. She didn't tell us she was married for 6 months and that she was already, you know,
7 months
having a
or
baby
6.
4 months from when she told us that they got married. So
surprise.
Yeah. Family lunch. Hey, can we go out to lunch? We need to make it a public place.
I'm pretty sure I said
because we don't want
Public.
Dad to yell.
I'm pretty sure the night before we were talking, and I was like, "She is either pregnant or she is married. It's
That's what
one
I
or
said.
the other."
It's one or the other, and turned out both.
Both.
We said engaged or married, or engaged or pregnant. Turned out she had already been married for like 6 months. They took off the rings every time they came over to our house. It's like, why would you guys be pissed off? Why would you guys think I would be pissed off that you actually got married?
Right.
I mean, my wife was the one who was pissed because she didn't get to take part in any of it, like planning a wedding with her daughter, all that kind of stuff. So
That's true.
I was pretty level-headed, except that I had done their taxes the week before. Like my daughter's taxes and my taxes. So yeah, we had to amend all of our taxes because we couldn't claim her and he
That is the whitest thing you have ever said.
Well, it was like
but I can't blame him.
I know. I get
it
it.
cost me like $2,000 or $3,000 between the amended taxes and losing credits and stuff. I was pissed. That was the first thing that popped in my mind. I was like, okay, congratulations on both things. Also, we're gonna have to talk about adulting because you guys just effed me hard because you were scared to tell me that you were married.
Yeah, but the government, they'll understand. Because, like, look, I was nervous about telling my dad, so I had him file the taxes.
Yeah. What's your reason for amending your taxes? Well, I refused to tell my dad that I got married 6 months ago, and that was actually in last year. So,
Oh yeah, more than 6 months out of the year. Yeah, that's great.
yeah. Well, they had gotten married in the last calendar year at the end of the year. So,
Sheesh.
then it changed everything.
Yep.
So it just happened to be top of mind. I'm sitting there, they're telling me this news, and I'm like, wait a second. You literally just had me do your taxes and you knew you were married? You bastards.
Oh, it's not a big. Yeah, it's not a big deal. What could go wrong? Get audited?
Here's something I want to ask you guys. This would be a good discussion, and I encourage people in the chat, obviously, to chime in because maybe you guys talked about this at some point recently with Cam. So there's the Nintendo Switch 2 dropped. Did any of you get it?
No.
Nope.
No.
Will never. I'm poor, but also will never.
Okay.
My daughters
There's
and my
just
wife
nothing on
want
the-
one each, but I don't do Nintendo anymore.
What? So I've been thinking about this a lot because I'm not like endorsing everything that this isn't an endorsement of everything that Nintendo does, but I have to I sort of have to point out the hypocrisy where it is because everyone's all mad about them
The price increase.
what I'm not even worried about the price increase. It's a powerful machine from what it looks like. The hardware specs.
It looks like a Switch Pro.
Yeah.
Well, it's running games really, really well. The onboard hardware seems to justify it a little bit. I don't know. I'm not so up in arms about that. I won't pay that much for it. I'll wait for it to go on sale or wait for it to find a used one or something refurbished or something. But my criticism is of people is around the digital games and how they're making people even the cards are they just have a game download on them, which is not all that different from what every other game does.
Yeah, it's been going on for years now.
You buy the disc and that's your day one, and then you have to patch it based on where the game is
patch on day one.
Yeah.
Required download.
Even if you download, if I went and got a game, if I went and got Death Stranding today in a disc and then put it in my PS5, I would still have to download the newest updates for it in order to run it properly. It's not just going to run on the disc because there's been updates to the game since it came out. It's not the same.
Yeah, they've done purposely,
And they have
online
they
games.
have to verify that you own the game, through digital anyway, when you buy it to make sure it, that you have access to it. Again, is it right like we could have the debate
Yeah.
that physical media is really good and all that, but there's so many like people who I see like they're like on Steam and they're like, oh my god, and I'm like, dude, you have a Steam library full of digital games that can be swiped away from you at any moment. And not to mention, Gabe Newell's come out many times and be like, you don't have access. You die tomorrow, you don't have access to those. They're essentially gone.
I mean, share your password or leave it behind.
But yeah. I don't know. What do you your guys' thoughts on this? On the whole like digital games and especially with the Switch?
I don't see why it's different with the Switch. And
Yeah.
like you said, what I think is kind of crappy is my understanding is they will sell like the box with a blank SD card on it. And then you put the SD card in and it downloads the game. I mean, that seems a little bit weird, but I'm not sure if I'm getting correct information on that.
I don't think that's fully true. I do have another. Hold on. Let me see if I can find. It's a really, really long TikTok, but the guy who did it went and explained in depth as to why people were overreacting to that particular thing, about it being like, it's not just like I guess it's sort of a digital download, but you still like you could play the game offline, but I think it just checks to make sure that you actually own the game.
The license.
You have the license for it.
I mean, like the physical disc of Elden Ring, right? It's not been patched. It's, version 1.000. You could still play it because you had a digital or a physical copy if you played offline without ever patching, right?
Yep.
That's still more than what you're getting with a truly digital only. We will not have any physical media. I could go fight Radon back before he was patched and nerfed to crap.
Yeah, and if you're on PC, it's a little. You can
media.
get a hold of those builds. Yeah.
But can you start up the game without updating?
Offline mode,
Yeah, offline mode. Yep. Elden Ring, you can.
Gotcha.
And maybe turn
pretty
off
much
the,
all From
anti-cheat.
Software games.
If you turn off the anti-cheat and go into offline mode, they don't give a crap what you're doing. I mean, the patching is for the online portion of the game.
Yeah, as long as you don't.
It's also
carry it to
but it's
PvP.
mostly for the online portion. Because there is PvP, so technically you can't have somebody running around with weapons that may have gotten nerfed or buffed at certain points and running around with different patch, time periods. But offline, they don't care.
And
so I do still think there is a reason why physical media is somewhat important even then, because at least I can play a version of the game without them controlling it.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those things we're not going back, right? We're not fully going back, and they do make physical media still. They obviously want you to go like digital. I've gone digital because I don't know.
As much as we scream and yell about it, I'm pretty much digital too, because it's basically Steam is what I use.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like Steam is. I mean, I have 500 games in my Steam library.
But on all the old systems, like we've pointed out many, many times, I got all of them still. I can still go back and play. I don't have to depend on ROM sites. I don't have to depend on an emulator yet. I mean, the Nintendos, you can still pretty much find a 10-pin connector when you need one.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got 4 spare Nintendos, the original NES. I've got 3 Super Nintendos. I've got 2 Segas. I mean, I've got the backups of the backups of the backups so that I can, continue to play that physical media. But the new stuff, I mean, it's pretty much all digital. I haven't bought a disc. I bought one game physically in the past probably 6 years.
Yeah.
And that was the Super Mario All-Stars 3D, whatever it was, the limited edition one that they released.
Yep.
Where they were only making it one release, limited amount of copies. I bought it just as a collector's item, not because I really needed the physical media of it. I don't think I've even played it.
With my Switch, I actually bought quite a few of the little game cards. Like, I don't mind buying physical media when I'm kind of feeling like it, but again, everything is like I don't know. I don't
Nowadays,
have
the way they make games, it's to the point where they've kind of backed everybody into a corner, especially the people who like physical media. Because even if you have the physical media, you're screwed because the game is quote unquote online anyway.
Right.
You have to log in, or so you're forced to do updates. Unless it's something like Elden Ring, you're screwed. You're going online anyway. So it's like, you might as well not be bothered with the physical media. I mean, you just have it to have it on your shelf.
Even with Elden Ring and a lot of stuff like that, unless you have some knowledge of how to roll back patches and all that kind of stuff, or how to get into the game without having to patch it, which is more knowledge than most normal people actually have.
Yeah, it's something only PC players would have the luxury of, really.
It's nerds like us.
Yeah.
So Soul Assassin, he kind of brings up the next point I was going to kind of mention was I don't know. And again, I'm happy to work through this with you guys, and you can change my mind on it. Like, there's parts of the shutting your console down after after tampering with it that I don't necessarily disagree with. If I build something and then someone takes it and tries to hack through it to change it in ways it's not meant to be, so I lose money on it, on the product, I don't know. I would probably be pretty ticked off.
How would you lose money on a product after they've already bought it from you?
If they bought it and modded it, they've already paid you for it.
Yeah, you're not losing money just because they modded it.
You may lose money on ISOs and people taking ISOs
bootlegging
and ROMs and bootlegging that.
Bingo.
But that's not the console manufacturer that's losing that money.
Yeah,
that's the gaming company, the studio. Yep.
Well, a lot of these
party, but
and they still make plenty of money.
Well, a lot of them are first party titles, so essentially they are losing money on it.
Well,
and a lot of people who pirate anyway.
The Super Nintendo Mini, why did they only release 30 games? I've got the whole library for each of those systems on both of those systems. They could have easily done that. They haven't gone back and revisited it and made it like the NES Mini 2 with more games, or the Super Nintendo Mini with more games. They just said, here's the 30 games we think you should be allowed to have. And it's an emulator with ROMs is all the NES Mini is.
Yeah. It's Nintendo.
I immediately hacked it and put every Nintendo game onto it. Because, yeah, it's kind of cool. It's got HDMI connection. It's got all that. It's got the original controllers for the most part, and it technically plays on through the HDMI on a modern TV without too much lag. So yeah, I wanted my games on that. But
Thanks,
why did they limit it to the 30 games? Why not put a store on it or something if you were going to do that? Because then you'd have to have an Ethernet port, sure, but they could have easily put the whole library on those things. They had plenty of memory to do so. And they decided to charge, what, $100 for the 30 games that we had probably already all paid for before.
True. Which is a steal when you really think about it.
Not
download them, I know.
No, not when I can go to a GameStop or a video game exchange and buy a used copy of that game for $2.99.
Well, it depends on where you go and which one you're getting, because some of those are not $2.99. Some of them are $25,
The ones that they
$30.
put on that system, for the most part, were games that were mass-produced that everybody had. Everybody had. There were so many copies of Punch-Out that you could buy Punch-Out for $1 or $2 for the next 50 years. Punch-Outs.
I still had that shit on Wii. It's like I'm still on a hard drive somewhere.
Yeah,
Anyway.
and that's the other thing with Nintendo. They just keep making you pay for the same games over and over and over each time they bring out a new system. And it's not just Nintendo on that one. But if you bought the license for, say, the Switch for a Nintendo game and their classic console thing, why doesn't that pass over? Or
it does.
Does it on the Switch too?
Yeah,
'Cause it
so
didn't
the
from
the,
Wii
the
to
games are
Switch.
backwards compatible. You can throw a Switch card in your Switch 2 and
No,
it
not
will
that.
run.
I'm talking about like their classic consoles, the online classic consoles where you can download the old NES games.
Oh, I think those are still on there. I think what they did
weren't
with the
from
store.
the Wii to the Switch, so I don't know if they did it from Switch to Switch 2.
I think they did. Well, I mean, I have to confirm, but I think they did do that. I think a lot of what they did to change the store is they gave it a facelift with their UI. The UI has changed quite a bit to be much easier to navigate than it
Have
was
they
before.
fixed their online crap too? Because the Nintendo system has been the worst system for online play for any system.
Yeah, I mean, for so long it wasn't.
it's not their
Stupid
strong
friend
point.
code crap. I mean, it's damn near impossible to play with people on that thing without communicating outside of the actual Nintendo framework.
Yeah. I mean, this is like, I guess what confused me a lot of times with this whole thing is that Nintendo's still Nintendoing and people are just, they're like, oh my God, you raised your prices. Now I can be like more mad at you, even though you're doing the same shit you have been doing. And
they'll still buy the consoles. They'll still buy the same games they bought 14 other times
right
across generations.
And there's no need
and they'll
to
complain.
Like the Switch 2 is a big, it's a Pro, like you said, right? It's the Switch Pro essentially. But like these games run from what this guy, I have the video pulled up. It's 10 minutes long though. I don't really want to watch the whole thing. But he explains it really well. The game cards are essentially like little NVMe drives. So they're fast communicating SD cards, so they're not normal. So you have to buy the special one. So so it will still read. It will still read the old ones.
Definitely not on purpose.
It will still read the old ones, but it won't load as fast because they're not the Switch 2 cards. So if you want the fast loading times on Breath of the Wild, you have to get the Switch 2 one. If you don't
Switch
care,
2 version of the same game you already bought.
Right.
Yes.
Now I don't know if they offer so I know that PlayStation and Xbox, they on a lot of their games had offered like the cross-gen upgrade for their games.
When it was coming out at the end of one generation and starting at the new generation.
Yeah.
A lot of them you could just go and get the newer version since you paid for the license for the dying generation game.
Right.
But it was very limited to that window of time when the new system was already announced and was launching and games were being developed for both of the systems, the dead system or the dying system and the new system. But they didn't make you re-buy the game in most cases, and pretty much for AAA titles only, I think.
Right. So again, I don't know if they offered that. I would guess not, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I had a quick back and forth with Amarada about this on her little thread regarding the digital games, and she had said it in her response to me that I think the big problem that people have is patience. Like everyone wants to be like, this is FOMO. Like I have to do it right now. I have to play this right now. And if I don't, then I totally miss out, when that's just not the case, like just wait.
Among streamers, definitely.
Oh yeah. No, everyone though. People who aren't streamers, because they watch streamers and like, oh, you have to play this.
Yeah, they have to catch up with the streamers.
Well, we were like that back in the day too, though. I mean, we would stand outside the store for the GameCube release and get the games and play them. The Nintendo 64, all the PlayStations after PlayStation 1, I was at a release party for it. Bought 3 games for it. We wanted to play it right then. The PS5, and I think to a smaller degree, the Xbox, the newest Xbox series, it was a complete shit show. They didn't have enough consoles for anybody to get anything. And then it went into the scalpers markets. So, I mean, yeah, there is a thing about wanting to play it now because of streaming, but that was always a thing. When Mortal Kombat released on console, there were lines for the game. I mean,
When
for
Final Fantasy
most
VIII
games
came
back
out,
then.
they
Madden every year.
Yep.
back when you could still call Walmart and like have them put things on hold, and they had one copy left, and my mom went and my mom and sister went and grabbed the game, but at the time they thought it would be great to let me show my ass and have a meltdown when they say, well, they didn't have it, they got gone, somebody got it, and I acted an absolute fool. Because I was upset. That was the last one. I was like, my hopes were dashed. And then she pulls it out of her purse, like, here. I felt like shit. But I enjoyed the game.
That was Final Fantasy VIII.
And
that was Final Fantasy VIII.
And I was 23 years old.
What I did.
Oh, no. It wasn't that old, but yeah.
I had a store around here that would import from Japan and stuff. So I actually got my PlayStation modded. It was basically just a thing where you could put in this disc, open the cover, and put in the Japanese disc, and it would play. So I played Final Fantasy VIII about 8 months before it came out in America, but I couldn't understand a freaking word of it. So I didn't know how to draw magic or use magic or understand anything. I just liked the cutscenes and I could attack.
Oh man, it was great.
But I played it for 8 months before it came out here. That's how much I wanted to play Final Fantasy VIII.
That was such a good. Once you understand the draw system, it like.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the card game they had in that, they should make
Triple Triad.
Oh, I played Triple Triad nonstop because
They
you
need to
didn't
make
need
that like a
language to
separate
understand
game.
that one.
Yeah. That would be a cool like offshoot, like they did with the Witcher card game.
Gwent.
Yeah.
I loved the shoot off game.
Thronebreaker or something like that.
No, Gwent.
Oh, are you talking about Gwent? This is the
Yeah.
card game.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love that card
I've
game.
seen so
It was
many
much
people
fun.
that were streaming that just got stuck in
it
and never played the actual game. They just played the card game for hours and hours and hours.
Yep.
And not because they meant to, just because it was that addictive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
But
yeah, I don't
what
know.
Nintendo could have done, Shags, just going back to the way Sony has done it and Xbox has done it, where at the end of a console and the beginning of a new console, they could have done something because they do have all the online digital. They could have done it. Okay, prove to us by putting the card in for the game that you bought, and we will let you for free download the new Switch 2 version of it. They didn't even do that. You can't just prove you've got a license and they'll let you download the version of it for the new system. They are still charging you for a new version of the game.
Yep.
Which is the same game, just with slightly updated graphics and load times. So I don't like that, because that would have been an easy fix. Okay, put in the game, show us you've got the license, and that you had it on the Switch 1, and you can download it for the Switch 2, the actual new version of it.
Oh.
You may lose some sales because some people are going to, pass
So this
around
says-
cards.
Google says, yes, you can upgrade your Nintendo Switch games to Switch 2 edition if you own the digital version. You can purchase upgrade packs for eligible games from Nintendo eShop, My Nintendo Store, or retailers. If you have an active Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack membership, you may also be able to download upgrade packs for free.
So if you have a membership.
No, so if you have the Nintendo Switch, so there's two statements being made. One is, yes, you
One
can
said
purchase eligible
them.
games. And then the second statement is, if you have an active Nintendo Switch Online and expansion pack membership, you may also be able to download the upgrade packs for free. So
Okay.
so that none of it's free, but
Right.
if you are someone who plays online and has the expansion pack membership, you can upgrade that for free.
What is that, $20 a month?
I think I pay for it for the year, so I think it's like 75 or something like that.
Oh, well, you're in there like swimwear.
And
Well,
how does that
it's a
work
good
with,
deal.
Like the family online deal?
Yeah, it's for all the virtual consoles, and for I think the regular membership is only like $40 for the year, and I think everything else was like 30 or something. Maybe, I don't know, something like that. I think it's like $70 or something like that is what I pay.
I don't know. We've got,
but I get all the virtual.
We've got 3 of the freaking Switches for all the women in the household, and I just created the account and I let them run it. I don't bother with Nintendo's ecosystem.
So that's pretty good, though. That kind of is like, I mean,
if I were a Switch owner, I would deal with the 15, 20 second load times, longer load time, whatever it is.
That is not even that long.
Yeah, it's like a couple blinks of the eye. Not even. I don't know that it's worth.
What I will say,
because like
there is a difference. So I don't know the Switch. So the difference between load times in like the Series S or Series X versus the Xbox One, night and day, totally night and day. And if it's similar technology in the Switch, it will be noticeable, especially with a graphics boost. So, I mean,
the load times between a PlayStation 4 and a PlayStation 4 Pro were a major cut down on the load screens. I mean, because like Dark Souls 3, it took like 20, 30 seconds to load sometimes.
Yeah.
But then you got to the Pro and it was down to like 5 seconds. But it's also having, the types of drives we're using now, hard drives we're using now as well.
Yeah. No, and that's like a lot of those are, a lot of it is just because it's all onboard processor graphics. Like there's no latency time for any of it. And that's why people say that these like PS5s and stuff, they're not that powerful. They're good for what they are. I mean, it's nothing to shake a stick at. I love playing my PS5. I'll be perfectly honest. Because
they're just trademarked name brand dedicated PCs. That's all they are anymore.
No, that's what they've become for sure.
Yeah.
It's just they're lower end, but like they play games better than a lot of people. Well, if you don't have like $1,500 to make like your own PC to run these higher end games, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X will run them beautifully. Especially if you have a good TV. So
I ended up having like 2 games for the PS5. One was the reason I bought the console, and I thought I would be getting more, but then I started the Steam collection. But Demon's Souls Remastered was the only thing that was exclusive to PS5 that got me to buy a PS5. Because it's hard to get Demon's Souls and a working, PS3 at this point. I've got a PS3. I've got the actual big boy that actually plays the backwards compatible games.
Mm-hmm.
But that thing, I'm pretty sure, is fried at this point. I haven't plugged it in a couple of years. It was not running pretty last time I tried it. So
yeah. Oh, McCracken says basic online is 21 tax included. Yeah, I'd have to see. I don't remember. All I know is that in order to get like all the virtual stuff and the basic or the online for a year was really cheap, much cheaper than the other consoles for the year. So, and maybe I'm thinking of
cheaper than free on Steam.
Oh no. No.
The trade-off, right? Yeah, the trade-off, right? Free as in, you could get your games, your account locked down, whatever, stripped away from you at any time for any reason.
Yeah.
That kind of free. No.
Yeah, the thing that whole argument with like, paying for online with a console, I don't know. Like I just done it for so long, I guess, that like it just seems like part of the deal. It's like, you got to manage the servers and all that stuff. Like, I guess it makes sense.
That also started free.
No, I know.
First game I played online was the Dreamcast Phantasy Star online.
Oh man, yeah.
No cost. You just had to figure out how to get your freaking Dreamcast online.
Right.
Plug in your damn.
Oh, I remember
whatchamacallit.
In college with our PS2. The PS2 Slims had the network slot in there, and then
Or
the thick ones had the big block that you had to plug into the back of it.
Yep. Yeah, I had I got the Slim when I went to school, but we had the big block one when we first. I remember, dude, that was one of
Yeah, the
first
fat
consoles
PS2.
I bought with my own money. Like I saved it up, went there like on the release. It was like probably 2 days after it released. I didn't go for like the midnight or whatever, but I remember getting it and because I just started.
The PS2
I was young.
you're talking about?
What's that?
The PS2 you're talking
Yeah,
about?
the PS2 because when it came out, I was like just entering the workforce. So I remember it was like my second paycheck, and I was like, "Oh my god, I have enough money to go get the PS2. I'm going to go do it."
Yep, I bought 3 games with it. It was using my money.
Yeah.
One of them was Street Fighter. One of them was SSX, and I can't remember what the other one was, but it was.
Mine was Code Veronica X, Kingdom Hearts, and Summoner.
Summoner, wow.
Yeah, I think the PS2 wasn't that one of their the games it launched with?
Maybe I got the Smuggler's Run, I think, or Smuggler's Run. I think was what the launch title mine had. Maybe I don't remember.
I think the other one was a Dynasty Warriors game, but
maybe
what I did not spend the money on was a second controller. So Street Fighter got real boring real quick because none of my buddies, we couldn't play each other. SSX is a single player game, so it was great. But that was SSX. I wish they would bring that series back. That it was so good.
Yeah. Ooh. Didn't buy. Yeah, that's what I bought. Is the memory card. I had the one controller that came with it, but I didn't have the second one. And my brother and I would keep passing the controller for.
That is so. Oh man.
You know what?
Well, Kingdom Hearts would have been later, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit later.
Launch. Yeah.
Maybe. I remember one of the first games I had was Twisted Metal Black. Was that on the PS2? Or was it just Twisted Metal like 2 or 3 at that point?
Twisted Metal.
Just leave the PS2.
Twisted Metal Black was on 2.
I remember having Twisted Metal on the demo disc on the original PlayStation, along with Destruction Derby. But
that was so good.
Was the first one.
You know what my favorite game of those was? It was actually Vigilante 8. Vigilante 8.
Oh yeah, that was good.
That was one that I really liked. That not a lot of people played, I don't think.
I don't know why though. It was a good like competitive game to Twisted Metal for what it was for the genre. Yeah.
I want they did I want another game like that. Like that's essentially like you pick your car, they have special abilities, and you fucking just go around to like an enclosed map and you try and take each other. Like a battle royale with cars. That's what I want.
They have that. What's the name of it? Oh yeah, that and
Party Animals.
What's the Epic games? What is the name of that one? Trying to remember. It starts with an R. It's
I'll tell you, a BR like where you get like dropped in like in Mario Kart would be fucking cool. Like I think that would be cool. Like if they had a big enough map, like an open world style map where you just.
They'd have to get rid of the blue shell.
Yeah, that'd be fine. You tweak it a little bit. Yeah. Hunts down the person with the most. Maybe.
Mad, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here. I guess I'm not.
Rocket League. Rocket League. That's what it is.
What? That's not.
Sometimes people overestimate my nerdiness.
That's Soccer King.
Like y'all start talking about Final Fantasy, I tap the fuck out. Nerds.
We talked about it for like 20 seconds.
It felt forever. You went from Switch 2, which I don't give a shit about, to Final Fantasy. I'm good. I was gonna bring up, but nobody let me talk about the demos that would come in the official Xbox magazine and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them, man, that's all I played. I didn't even buy the game. The demo was so awesome.
I think that's how I originally played Crimson Skies.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
It was a
dogfighting, World War II era type thing. Yeah.
There was a Crash Bandicoot demo for PS1.
Yep.
And the freaking Spyro, the whatever it was.
Yes.
The dragon.
Me and my brothers played the hell out of that. That game disc was freaking scratched up. It was. The laser, like with their laser, we had played it so much, like you could see the itch mark in the disc.
One of my favorite games that I never really hear people. It was called Hunter. It was top down, and there was 4 different characters, and you're like killing zombies and shit. One guy was like a priest with a crossbow cross, and there was a guy with a sword. It was a lot of fun. Obviously, WWF No Mercy, WCW, WCW
Hunter
Nitro.
the Reckoning.
Yes. Yeah, that game was a lot of fun.
I never played it.
Yeah, you have magic and shit.
Interesting.
Yeah, dude, me and my boys, man, we would play fucking the wrestling games for endless nights. They were so much fun.
The WCW ones were great.
Yeah.
Freaking Sting.
Sting. What? Aaron Lewis?
The interest. No.
It's not stained. Sting.
Sting.
Oh, Sting.
Sting.
Oh.
It's the real mother feel, y'all.
He ruined that beautiful fucking acoustic set of
Yep.
Aaron Lewis. I'm feeling those
Durst was an
lighters.
idiot.
Shut up, you queer.
Damn, there goes
I'll
my
say you
channel.
really feel
Fuck.
it.
Sorry.
No,
I meant
that's
it
an
in a
acceptable
positive
word
way.
now.
Yeah.
They call themselves that. That's what.
Yeah,
the Q
he's
is.
gender fluid, isn't he? Hot
Likely.
dog water and all that.
Wow.
Hot
And the-
dog water.
What? That's
All right, Fred Durst.
That's what I'm talking about. He's the one that ruined fucking that Aaron Lewis song. Yeah, outside. Yeah, dude, he has a great cover of Black, the Pearl Jam song.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard the fucking cover of The Sound of Silence by Disturbed?
Disturbed?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one's so
my
good.
God.
The music video is great too.
Have you
That
heard
guy
the
is-
Chris Cornell cover of Billie Jean? Not the studio version, but when he did it live, phenomenal.
Really?
The
Yep.
Cornell version of "Nothing Compares to You" is one of the.
That's
greatest
a good one
covers
too.
ever,
Yeah.
too.
He also did one for "I Will Always Love You" after Whitney Houston died.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
He
like,
did a
I
lot
learned
of-
this backstage.
I never know if Matt's being serious or not.
I
Never, ever.
100%
never.
being serious.
Chris Cornell one time did the weirdest thing I've ever seen anybody do live. He did the lyrics to the song "One" by U2, or no, he did the lyrics to the song "One" by Metallica to the music that he was playing acoustically of the song "One" by U2. So, you know, in your head, when you're hearing a song, I would assume playing the song, the lyrics would kind of be automatic to you of the correct song.
Mhm.
He's doing a completely different song's lyrics to the tune of another song by the
Oh,
same
wow.
name.
Well,
It
yeah,
is
because all pop
freaking
songs,
weird.
all pop songs use the same 4 chords.
Yeah,
Disturbed has done a cover on every single one of their albums.
I
Sound of Silence was probably their best, but they did
Disturbed
Land
is
of
fine.
Confusion by Phil Collins or Genesis. I can't remember if it was
Oh yeah, Genesis.
which
Yeah.
version, but
more
and they
Stone
did Tears
Sour?
for Fears Shout.
Yeah, they did. Stone Sour or the other band? I like Stone Sour more.
Stone Sour or Slipknot
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like
for
Slipknot.
Corey Taylor's stuff.
Oh, I like.
I like the one song by Stone Sour.
Which one?
The one
Say
that
You'll
got
Haunt Me?
big.
Oh,
You'll Haunt Me, I
looking
think
through
is
the
the one.
glass. Is
Oh,
it looking
I'll
through the glass,
Find it real quick. No,
or is it the one I got blown up to?
Gary was on with the Hodge twins.
Which one did you
Look
get?
at that. That's cool.
bother.
That's the one I got blown up to.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it took years to ever hear that song again and not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not instant flashbacks. Yeah.
Yeah.
but holy
Weird thing
shit.
is, I wasn't even listening to it like as we were getting blown up. You know what I mean? Is I didn't hear anything at all, and right before I threw out my ear pod or whatever, not to get caught, because I thought that was my main concern. Was like, I don't want to get caught listening to music
With
as
my
I
fucking-
drove. But yeah, that's when it was playing. I was like, that's so weird because I was not listening to it.
Yeah, the lyrics were changed in your head to "You don't need to bother to pull that halon
Fuck off.
cord.
I knew that's where it was going. Hey, I like Seether, man. Seether was good, dude.
Seether was
Seether.
fun.
I enjoyed Seether.
Yeah, Seether was good.
I just saw that that Gary was on with the Hodge twins.
Oh, really?
I'll have to check that out.
Nice.
Yeah.
The Hodge twins have kind of gone off the rails a little bit.
I used to
lately.
like them a lot more. They just seem to be
They've
going
pissed
to like
me off
whatever.
lately.
Yeah, they're just I don't know, man. But it's cool that they
I
had
think
him
they're
on.
funny.
Yeah. Oh, they're
But
hilarious.
I think they're also absolute posers in the conservative space at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
I used to watch them when they were doing like just
When
like
they were
workout
weightlifting
content.
stuff?
Yeah, it was just their weightlifting shit. They were so funny together as like a pair. But
Oh, yeah, those were the days. And then everything got
Mm-hmm.
political and the grift and all that other stuff.
see, that's the funny thing. Like, I think I've said this in the weeks past or whatever. Like, I am getting fairly sick of people like denying the fact that everything has been political. It most certainly has. Artists, like a lot of times, good artists can hide their political messaging sometimes under like just their beautiful works, like their style, their I can't think of the words, but
When you're talking artists, are you talking musicians, actors, or
all
all?
there's all of them. So like it doesn't matter if you're a painter, a musician, like movies, like people who are really good at their craft are able to put out a message that could be considered political or, you know, taking a cultural stance, but doesn't necessarily beat you over the head with it. It allows people to draw conclusions in healthy ways. Sometimes not. Sometimes it's heavy-handed, but like now it's like everything needs to be told to you. This is what's happening. Oh, it's like a black girl in America. Like you could still put a message out like that, but not.
It's very comparable to when a band, the members were Christians, but they weren't doing Christian music.
Yeah.
A lot of the messaging
Creed.
in the songs, Creed could be
POD.
Yeah,
POD. I was about to say them next.
POD. You know, they can get their messaging into the lyrics of the songs without making it overtly, this is a Christian rock song.
Yeah, I always liked them better. That's why I like Reality Check, which was started by members from DC Talk.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't.
They weren't just doing Jesus Freak.
Okay, well, okay. First of all, that song still slaps. He stood on a box in the middle of the city and he claimed he had a dream. Sorry, go on.
Creed, you could count on there, I guess. I mean, because the lyrics weren't overtly Christian, but he was pretty loudmouthed about it.
I actually didn't know
Scott
that.
Stapp was, but then Scott Stapp
Skillet,
was also
there
kind
you
of a
go.
psychopath.
Yeah.
But it's
Also
kind
another
of the same
Switchfoot.
thing you're talking about, Shags, is, you know, that we used to be able to, you know,
Reliant K.
hide things a little bit better.
Yeah, and
And not necessarily hide, but get the message to who you wanted the message to actually be interpreted to.
Subtlety.
Remember Jars of
Subtlety,
Clay?
yeah. Jars of Clay, yeah.
Yeah.
40 days.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because multiple messages can be like good art can be interpreted many ways. There could be the message behind it that the person intends, but it could also mean something different. You know,
Like
art,
most people think that Born in the USA is actually a patriotic anthem, and really it's Bruce Springsteen trashing the USA.
Wait, Bruce?
No, not Bruce. I mean, yeah.
Well,
if you
not
listen to the
Everyone
lyrics,
famous
it is
that's named
literally
Bruce has
trashing
been
the country.
disappointing.
not Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Banner.
Campbell's a man.
Campbell's been good.
Bruce Campbell's a legend.
Yeah.
Bruce Banner. I mean, as long as you don't get him angry.
Well, that's true.
Seems pretty.
Seems like a
Bruce
swell job.
Wayne.
Sorry, I cut
Bruce
you off,
Wayne.
Shags.
There's another one.
No, I just think great art can bring people together from many different cultures. I mean, you just look at a lot of the famous art that's out there.
I was wrong. I'm sorry.
No, Bruce Lee was a dick. I saw that.
No, he
Hollywood
was,
movie.
but still.
What was that movie that?
Once Upon a Time in
Yeah,
Hollywood.
yeah. Bruce Lee was a dick.
Well, yeah, Brad Pitt beat him up. You know,
Fuck yeah, he did.
White guy's got to win.
I mean, haven't we though?
Oh,
My dead friend Zoe.
God damn it!
I just got to keep bringing that back up, digging back up old shit, just like a woman.
Don't worry,
bringing
Matt.
back up
It's
old
only
shit.
one more week of having to hear it because there's only one.
I have to look.
True.
It's Shags.
King Deplorables is going to start coming into your chats now, Matt, and just be like, my
Ah,
dead
fuck
friend
me! It's
Zoe.
gonna be like George did with Hurt Locker.
Yeah. George still does it
He still does it. Yeah,
when he actually shows up.
true.
I don't even remember what I was saying anymore. You'll distract.
We don't either.
Basically,
About
you were
Bruce?
saying we used to be a proper country.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, people used to be proper artists. They used to be like good artists, and now it's just like every artist needs to tell you how great they are, and it's like, bro, prove it. Like, show me, don't tell me how good you are. Like that's what I
Meanwhile,
want.
with half of these artists, especially in music, it's 3 people write almost every song in pop music. And
Yeah.
then
With the same 4
musician
chords.
thinks that they're super talented in some way. It's like you
Totally
were
not
handed a
using
song to
AI
sing.
anymore.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, speaking of, I got to give a big shout out to. I tweeted out something the other day. My friend Travis Alexander he made an awesome. It's basically it's like an audio book split into a couple of different parts. There's 2 different parts. He finished one back in December, and then he just released the other one in March. There's 2 episodes. They're both about a half an hour long, a little over half an hour long. And it's about an AI that's like the size of a pyramid buried under the White House. And it basically is a big supercomputer that is like basically spying on everyone at all times. And so it's a true story.
So it's it's a work of nonfiction.
Right. Yeah. I guess I'll just read you what it says about it on the Spotify page. This is a story about a machine, a big machine, a supercomputer the size and shape of an ancient pyramid, a device that runs the world from the secret recesses of the White House basement, a machine you never knew existed until now, a machine named Siren. Siren was built to monitor you and your data. It was programmed to identify and solve all the problems plaguing America. It was made to control your mind, which it does very well.
This is the plot of Metal Gear Solid: Sons of Liberty.
And cell phone signals. And now Siren's artificial intelligence has realized itself. Sirens is an immersive audio drama about the absurdity of humanity through the eyes of a machine for fans of horror, sci-fi, blood, fire, robots, whimsy, Halloween, death, drugs, punk rock, politics, conspiracy theories, and Stephen King. So I highly recommend this. My friend made this. He voice acts it. He wrote it. He does the music in it, does the audio mixing. No AI is used at all in this whole production. But it's called Sirens. It's on Spotify. You guys can find it for free. And I'll share the link to it in chat so you guys can check it out.
And just for the record, even if he had used AI, as long as it's good,
Yeah,
I don't care.
don't have an issue with AI.
No, I wasn't.
I use it.
We've already talked
Fuck yeah,
about this
bro,
today.
and it's awesome.
I just think it's when you hear it for the first time and you listen through, you'll understand what I mean. It sounds like he could have used AI to do a lot of the stuff, but he does it all.
Practically, he's frozen again, isn't he?
He froze again, didn't he? Holy cow.
Maybe it's a pregnant pause.
Damn it.
Okay.
What was the last thing you guys heard?
Nothing.
It
You were
sounds like
frozen.
yeah, what you were saying was it sounds like it could be AI, but he did it, and then you
I
froze.
said practically to finish off your sentence.
And then you gave that look for a long time.
No, it's just if you listen to the episode, you might think that he utilized some like AI or whatever to do it, but it's very well done. It's very handcrafted, like just like what I've been talking about. It's art. Like if you listen to it, you probably wouldn't understand where he stood politically. And that is something that I think is really hard for artists nowadays, is that they need to tell you that they are, like Republican or Democrat.
I did find it interesting. I did have it saved. Just coming from the POV of the AI is interesting because I want to see more of that. Like there's a great short story that is based on The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing, but it's from the alien's point of view. And he's like, I woke up and these crazy people are trying to kill me. I just want to leave. Let me build my UFO, get the fuck out of here. But they keep fucking with me.
Well, that's the same thing with I Am Legend, is that people don't realize like what that whole book and story is about, like what it means. And it's such a good like book and story about, I mean, humanity's gone and you have these like vampires, essentially monsters, who like they're looking at Will Smith's character, or in the movie, but I can't remember the character's name, but they're looking at him like, what are you doing to us? Like, why are you torturing us? Why are you tormenting us? Like, we are the new dominant species. Like, he's the like
just the black misunderstood character who ends up being the book,
so
just ends up being you just can't escape it. It was even happening even back then.
That's the thing. Yeah, like I was gonna say, they've been race swapping forever.
Yeah, funny story here about this. I had my family watch it when it came out, I Am Legend. Mm-hmm. After I actually, it wasn't the greatest, but I was like, hey, it's okay, it's pretty good. And like everybody in my family was like, what did you just have us watch? They hated it. Everybody hated it. And then everybody else outside of my family was hating it. And I was like, it wasn't that bad. I mean, the ending could have been better, but
it being that bad either.
The alternate ending was better. They changed how the theatrical ending totally upended what the book was trying to push, or like what made the book really good. When he like destroys them with the grenades and lets them go and they find a cure, like that was not the point of the book. So I don't know why your family was like upset or whatever.
Probably because they knew
because they're not snobs like you, Shags. Okay.
Pretentious.
As soon as I heard that he was a scientist, I'm like, oh, they race swapped.
Yeah.
Because a black man couldn't be a scientist, ain't that right, Mad?
Right.
Not
just misunderstood.
Shags, I put something in the private chat for us to pull up later.
I saw this. I was laughing pretty hard. What's up, the Beast?
Beast.
What's up?
I think it's not just music.
What?
Everyone.
Is that real?
What?
Yeah, that's real, Mad.
I mean, it's real. You're looking at it.
You know what I mean? Like, this isn't official.
No, that is real.
No.
That's crazy.
I mean, Kamala Harris would.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
It's one of those things that y'all have to see.
I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen.
So great.
Matt, I did want to comment on something you said about the thing being from the point of view of the AI.
Yeah.
There's a really cool part in there where like the AI is like talking and like basically narrating what they're watching, because they're like watching through the cell phone camera.
Mm-hmm.
And like they see her do some type of like drug, and like it switches voice to like the AI like looking it up on the internet about what it is to educate itself. It was a really, really kind of cool, like quirky thing that it does as it's like learning the human experience and what they're doing and why.
In Murderbot, right? The Skarsgård, Eric from True Blood, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to understand humans from his point of view. He's like, why did they make us sit down? It's not comfortable for us. And he's like, why do they want me to look in their eyes? And he's also obsessed with watching bad TV shows, but like future TV shows and shit.
So he's basically
really
autistic.
Good. Yeah, he really is. It's really good.
Oh man,
Disparu in the future.
Jesse, will you pull up that photo real quick of that?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, everybody has to see it just to understand. See, look, Soul Assassin knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, Soul
He
Assassin.
knew exactly
Been out
what
there
we were
for
talking
a
about.
few days.
This is the first time I've seen it, but I don't follow much political stuff on Twitter.
I saw it without the Kamala Harris.
I thought, like, why? Why is this designed like that?
They knew what they're doing.
It is absolutely a circle jerk.
Yeah, they knew what they were
Somebody's this again. This is why every studio, every political campaign needs a memeologist. If they had a memeologist on staff, he would be like, "Do y'all know what this looks like? It looks like a circle jerk. Don't release this."
Literally, there's a knob in front of each person that matches the color of their person.
It's not even
being
gender
held by
inclusive.
2 hands.
Yeah, exactly.
Why? Why? I don't even.
They
know
wanted
what
to
this
go
is
viral.
supposed
They
to
don't
be.
care why.
What were
They don't care
going
why.
for here?
They weren't just for it to go
We're all
viral.
working together? I don't know.
To the common goal.
Giving
to
everybody a hand.
climax. They're trying to find the climax.
Oh man!
Don't be the last one to find the cracker.
By the way, scrolling on Twitter, remember when I was talking about how people are going to freak out about the teeth clinking off the camera?
Yeah.
I'm seeing comments from people in our community. It's a meme.
Oh, is it
I
a
don't
meme?
think
Like,
it's
someone
It is
makes
gotta
a-
be.
I've seen it.
What does the
so
community
many
note
times.
say?
I thought it was a meme first. I didn't see it with the Kamala Harris. I just saw it with people joking about it, and I was like, "This is so dumb." I just kept, ignored
I mean,
it. But
it absolutely could be a meme, but I haven't
It
seen
is,
anything
yeah.
that said that it was.
No, Grok is saying that it's likely not an official Kamala Harris.
but it
logo.
easily could have been. That's why it easily could have been.
Guys, people using Grok as a fact check, like,
Don't tell me what to do,
just-
Shags.
don't do that.
Yeah, it's better than
Don't-
nothing.
Don't use. No, it's not.
It
Fucking
is.
Okay, if you do a Google search, it's just the first thing it populates is the AI response.
Well, don't look at that.
That's
then.
true.
Well, then what are we supposed to
Well,
fucking
why?
do?
If
Go to
it answers the
library?
question,
Have you guys ever? Yeah, go use the fucking card catalog and find a book that.
I ain't done
Check your
that shit in
source.
so many years.
You want
Bitch,
me to
talking
use
about
the
the
Dewey Decimal System?
God damn it!
Right.
I was about to fucking do a joke of that. Fucking bitch up here talking about Dewey Decimals and shit.
Oh man.
Like we don't
UHF.
have, like we
you
don't
know
have
the Dewey
Ask
Decimal
Jeeves.
System?
Fucking Shag's
I mean,
like, hey, why don't you
that
guys
was-
just break out your Encyclopedia Britannica?
Yeah,
It's
let
on
me
your
go grab
shelves
my
in your living
exactly.
room.
In my 1987 World Encyclopedia set. Let me crack that out.
Encyclopedia
think-
Britannica.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to do anymore. Like, but the more I see people like, oh, Grok, is this true? It's like, oh my god, like this. We're not
It is a
gaining
little bit
any
cringe
credibility.
sometimes.
Wait,
It's like,
but
just do a Google
Hold
search.
on though. No, okay, but no, Shags is against that as well. Why are you against something that has access to fucking all knowledge that we have as a
Because
fucking
large
species?
language models are only as good as the information you put into it, and it's not always like we don't know. I don't know exactly the information that's going into that language model, just like we don't know all the stuff that's going into like the Google model, and we even know that stuff a lot of times is not reliable.
Well, here's the
But
thing,
all
Shags.
Grok is doing is doing a search to.
On the things that we're going to be
Right.
looking at doing a regular Google
It's
search.
just a replacement of Googling it.
I just don't think it's as reliable.
Sure, but here's the thing. Here's
It's
the
a
thing.
good starting place.
We know when we're dealing with data, when we're looking at this information, at least I hope all of us know, we know to double check, triple check our sources, making, we're not taking it at face value immediately.
Yeah.
So those of us who know can't help that everybody and their moms is on Twitter or X or whatever talking about, hey, Grok, is this video, what's going on in this video? Is this true? I mean, we can't help that.
It's better than what we're getting out of Facebook, because my mother-in-law over
Never
the past
been
2
on.
days has said, why did Trump arrest the governor of California? And then how does he have the power to have him replaced with a Republican? I was like, neither of those things happened. You're in your 80s. I'll forgive you a little bit, but you lived a whole life where you know that the president can't just replace governors.
Or should, yeah.
Come on.
But it feels a little
And
bit
that's
like
all Facebook.
not trying to take a shot at Shags, but it feels a little bit like the people that are like, it was on Wikipedia. Fucking don't believe that. No, Wikipedia is an amazing resource, and there's these little things at the bottom called sources that you can click on and verify for yourself. Wikipedia is fantastic.
That's the place you should be going, because the
and guess where Grok goes?
Huh?
To all of those places. If you look and see, yeah, it just basically aggregates it all together and summarizes it.
That's fine. My issue is that when it becomes the sole source for people to go, Grok, is this real? Or Grok, is this true? What happened? Like, it's not always. That shouldn't be the end point, is what I'm saying. And I think it's starting to become the norm of like,
but it already is, Shags. It's just with less steps.
Yeah.
But the only thing we're doing it is with extra steps. It already is. We already have Google. We already have MSN Search or Bing or what. It's always been here. Yeah, it's always been here.
Jeeves.
It's just less steps.
That stupid Windows paperclip.
Don't get me started on
Clippy.
So I see what you're saying. I agree with the sentiment, but it's already been here. It's just
it's
less
a good
steps.
Thing, not a bad thing.
Or it can be. It can be
kind of a good thing. It's kind of like, when our teachers used to say you need to actually learn how to do math because you're never gonna have a calculator in your pocket. And
but
now
here's what I mean.
But at least we knew how to do it.
But this
now
is what I mean.
People aren't going to know how to do research because.
I understand that, and it's people that weren't going to do it in the first place. What I mean is a good thing. It's a good thing because dum-dums who are always going to be dum-dums, and we're always dum-dums, at least now they have they're more likely to find out if something is actually true or not.
But that's the people that like our age, Mad.
And the people after us.
No, the people after us will never learn how to actually go to try to find something themselves. They will only trust.
And at least they have that.
Them.
At least that's available for the people that would just take it on face value, everything they see on X.
Right.
And they're always going to be those kind of people anyway. Right. It doesn't matter how smart, how intelligent, how many AIs we have crammed up our asses. They're going to be a subset of people who just refuse to do anything.
But in the same way that a whole generation can't do math now because they say, well, I've got a calculator in my pocket. It will be the same thing with this. Nobody will know how to do any research because
I've always sucked at
generations
math.
are getting brought up on AI. Yeah, sure. But you guys understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
When you get a tool that does everything for you, then you forget never learn how to do the thing that you should be able to do that the tool is now assisting you with.
Yeah, the thing that teachers used to warn us about.
Are brought up on, well, you just ask Google or you just ask Grok, then they never learn how to look up anything themselves, and the whole population gets dumber for it.
That seems like
the information might be good.
That's a failure of the education system.
Thank you.
Not of the tool being used.
You guys are missing the point too. Large language models can be controlled. That is part of what I'm saying. And that's
dictionaries can't be. Encyclopedias haven't been. Like pretty much everything I learned.
Not at the same rate. Not at the same rate.
Yeah,
we're in
the definition of gender.
I mean, my God.
We're going into the future. There's no escaping it.
No, I understand that, but
fucking soul assassin.
Dum-dums. I don't know.
You are correct. It's not that I'm not saying that you're wrong at all. I'm saying that what do you do about it?
Well, and the other thing is, and like, I don't know. And this is why partially this fucking culture war shit's bullshit, because like most people aren't going to listen to what a bunch of idiots are saying online here. Like a lot of it has to do with people just doing like long division. like that's what it comes down to. Like, stop using your calculator, learn how to do long division, learn how
Hold
to
on, let me
research
grab my
something a little
abacus.
bit. No. Like,
My
again,
Texas
I'm not saying
Instrument.
I've never said be a Luddite and abandon all technology. People need to learn how to balance it and learn how to do things the long way. Cause like going through and like Googling something and also like checking through these sources and making sure they match up is like, you know, again, you could do it as fast as you want, but like multiple sources confirming a particular, you know, subject matter, question, concern. That is how people should do it. Instead, they're going to Grok. Is this true? Oh, okay, cool. It's true. Grok said so, and that's where they stop. Like, you dumb, don't do that. Like, now you're being influenced by one source that's been fed information, and you don't know where it came from.
Shags, there are people who believe that the Earth is flat.
Yes.
Well, hold on now.
Oh, here we go.
Oh no!
Speaking of
Oh,
which,
no.
How do you know? Like,
Have you ever been to space? I didn't think so.
Just I'm making educated inferences about the world around me. I have a pretty good. I've looked out in space with a telescope myself. I've seen our astronomical bodies in our solar system. Why would the Earth not also be round?
Every other one is a sphere, but not us.
Yeah, like spherical in some like. Is that true?
Is this true?
I mean, just an educated guess. That's all. Like I've never been to space.
I'm really happy with
you
it.
can't have an opinion on it then because you've never been to space. Remember?
I mean, clearly, but
Jesse's got to take off.
Yeah, I gotta go. I'm falling asleep in my chair.
All right, man.
All right, man.
But yeah, it's always good. I'm sad to see that next week will be our last one.
It will be our
I'm
last.
not exactly gonna complain about not being up till like 3 o'clock in the morning anymore either. So yeah, but no, I appreciate it, guys. Come check out my new channel. Come check out my new Twitter account because I've had one of each nuked now. So yay! And I'll be. Yeah, I know, right? I'll be live tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. So night, boys. Appreciate you guys. Love you, chat. We'll catch you guys later.
Toodles. Yeah, I think y'all are wrong. I think I am.
No, I'm not saying
Here's
that
the moral
you're
of the
wrong.
story. Here's the moral.
I'm
of the story.
saying
Don't just
okay.
ask Grok if it's true. Like, ask him if it's true, and then trust but verify is what I'm saying. And I think
no one's saying you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, you should do that. That actually is the rational, level-headed, mature thing to do.
Yeah.
But people, the general state of a person's mind, most people, the average, yeah, it's not. They're not going to do it.
They don't want to waste
and they
time.
haven't been. Yeah. They're going to believe what they see on the news. They're going to believe CNN. And of course, they're going to watch the lowest common denominator stuff. CNN, MSNBC. They're going to take all of their easy, ill-gotten information that's just been manipulated.
By the way, they'll just guzzle any fucking.
There's probably more conservatives watching. Oh yeah, there's probably more conservatives watching CNN. That's probably where they're getting most of the views they still have left.
Yeah,
from
Scott
the
Jennings
hate
is
watchers.
the only thing keeping
yeah
the one network up.
Exactly. So it's like they're going to keep taking in their easy information because it's easy because they're lazy.
And also remember those that aren't really plugged into Twitter.
Yeah,
they're just watching the news. They're not even asking Grok. They're just taking the news. I think that's what you were getting at, King, because most people don't use AI for anything. We use it because it's fun for the most part. And on Twitter, everybody uses it because it can disprove or prove a story real quick when it's either an obvious fake or not, that kind of stuff. But most people aren't doing their research with Grok.
Case in point, it's really good with recipes.
Yeah, it's great with recipes.
True. You know what I've noticed is that like liberals, like they will look at something on the news, like a headline, and be like, see, this is what's happening. Trump just wants to throw everyone in jail because he's faster.
Confirmation bias. Yeah.
And then conservatives, like the conservative side, that like the rebuttal to it all is always this fucking like 4D chess fucking explanation of everything that's happening over the past like 20 years and how it's going to lead to whatever. And then it's like, both of you sound like fucking nutcases. Like, what are you supposed to do? It's like, you can't, it's like, this is what it was. This is what happened. Like, well, first it was this, and then this, and then this, and then and then
a lot of the times, I mean, it does play out that way. I mean, but it's the way that they're putting it together. They're presenting it. True. Yeah, they're presenting it in a way that's outlandish or exaggerant to the point where, because that's what gets clicks. People like negativity. They just do. And we're addicted to it as a culture.
Everything we've seen over the past week with these riots, it's the typical Democrat talking point of, it's not happening, but if it was, it's a good thing.
Right.
Mostly
people, not even, it's probably unironically, they're using a lot of the same talking points they did with the Summer of Love. Fiery, but mostly peaceful. It's fine.
Yeah, these are mostly peaceful protests.
I don't know what the conservatives are talking about. They're just protesting.
And then the other side does have a point, because we're blowing up something in LA that is happening in 1 square mile of land.
Yep.
LA. But it's 1 square mile of land, and conservatives are acting like the whole city is burning down. It's not. But the fact is, it is happening in 1 square mile. And the problem with that is, it's happening. The Democrats want to acknowledge that it's happening. The conservatives are blowing up and making it look like all of LA is
it's all like, it's been one nice photo op. Like the images that are coming out, all the Mexican flags, and
you see the dude get speared. He throws something at the cop, turns around to walk off, and some random white guy spears him. I'm talking Goldberg level fucking WCW. Spears him at his fucking shoes, man. It was beautiful.
My favorite so far has been the guy who goes and kicks the gas canister back at the cops, and then kind of runs back to the line, and immediately you see a gas canister get shot at him, and it goes right into his nuts, and he's just writhing on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, Shags, on your original point, there were things that, there are things that do get called out as a slippery slope, and it is exactly the way it was predicted 20 years ago. The gay marriage thing leading to where we are now. I mean, everybody was calling it out, or well, a large portion of people were calling it out on the right and saying what it would lead to, because you could have just taken the what was the terminology? Civil unions. You could have had the exact same rights with civil unions.
Yeah, but
no, they just had to have it called marriage.
And how would
gay
that have
marriage.
changed anything? It's still like,
how would it have changed anything? Because you can't just say love is love and then have everybody doing whatever with anybody. Right. At this point, they have now gotten the argument down to children can consent to changing their gender and getting, gender reassignment surgery. So if they can consent to that at the age of 10 or 12 or 13, well, if they can consent to that, they can consent to an adult-child relationship at this point.
Right. And it's not just about gay marriage, but
gone down, and
it
was all called out long before it happened.
Yeah, it is the fact that they call it gay. They started out as gay marriage. That just tells you right then there's a distinction. Then
it's love is love.
Yeah, so love is love.
And
like marriage is a religious term, is what you're saying.
That's why the government never should
quite
have been
literally
in it. Civil unions
exactly.
would have given the same rights. You could go into you could inherit the same way. You could go into the hospital room as a family member, as a civil union. They wanted to take the word marriage, which
it's
was
a Marxist type tactic.
Word.
Yeah. Change the
I don't
make everything analogous and.
But this is where I'm like, I don't know.
I found it.
What did you find?
Found what?
Share it and find out.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Was I lying?
Goldberg.
I just got hit with the left football. Yeah, I'm okay.
I hope they're getting him up to give him a badge, like an honorary, like one of
I got
the
hit with a left lethal. I'm
deputy
okay.
badges that you give to kids.
That's what the Kevlar is for.
Just, I was hoping they would show it in. I saw it in like slow-mo replay and stuff. He goes, oh! And the timing with the boom, it's perfect. Perfect. 10 out of 10 says Soul Assassin.
I don't know. I feel like this like incrementalism or this sort of like fall from grace as a society has been more closely tied. Like I don't know, like it just seems like this like nihilism that like nothing matters, like the abandonment of religious values. But like I don't know if it has like
Well,
to
things.
me. What's that?
Things have all like. It seems worse than it is because of social media. It's all in our faces constantly.
Mhm.
But the world has always been shit. I mean, you know, it's always been bad.
If you've ever come and listened to one of my Tuesday night streams, you will know exactly how bad things have been. There, I mean, I'm amazed every time we hear a story. I'm like, how are we still here?
Survive, yeah. So it is. Some people like to check out and they're like, they do take the nothing matters route. Some people take the religious route, you know, and so on and so forth. But ultimately, we're just they're just trash
Most
ass people.
just live their lives.
Yeah, in the
It's when your eyes get
average.
open to things is when you start, getting involved in things like this, or talking about things like this. I mean, it's like I've told the story, before. I went down. I haven't watched football since the kneeling incident and all that crap, and them just kind of getting more political. But I was at my parents' house, so there was a Super Bowl party. So we've got a whole bunch of people from my parents' church over.
When was it?
The Super Bowl. This was 2 or 3 years ago.
The joke was you should have said it was during the Super Bowl.
Okay. But I mean, the commercials start coming on and everybody's complaining that they aren't funny anymore, right? And I'm like, well, the commercials aren't designed to be funny anymore. I haven't watched TV in years, but
Well, I wouldn't say that.
But then how would you know?
Because we've seen it for longer than that. Every commercial is, white people stupid. We've got every
Sometimes white people are
stereotype
pretty
going
fucking
into the
stupid,
commercials.
let's be honest.
Sure.
True.
But
have you ever heard a
in
Tuesday night stream
commercials,
on my
every
channel?
white person is the stupid one.
No, I know what you're saying.
Or fat,
the thing is,
You've got all the couples that, sure, you could have interracial couples, but if a black person and a white person have a kid, it's not going to be the Asian kid. I mean, every single thing. And I said, you watch, all these commercials will have these few things in them. Every single one. And everybody in the room was just like, how did you know that was going to be all the Super Bowl commercials? It was like, because it's been that for years. Until you notice it, you just don't
when you start
notice
seeing patterns, it's hard to unsee the patterns.
Which can be racist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Sure.
mean, I think
Well, yes.
King got me. My girlfriend, she said one of the best things ever. She said, I'm not racist. I am observant.
Yeah, that's kind of what society has led us to do at this point.
Shag froze like a motherfucker.
Always.
What a freeze time.
But-
These
Patrice O'Neill said something great. He said, look, if you're a white woman walking down the street and you see a group of young black men It's okay to cross the street. Don't let the fear of being called a racist get you murdered. Cross the fucking street.
Like that situation a couple of years ago where the couple refused to cross the street because they would have appeared to look racist, and then the guy wielding the knife went ahead and stabbed them anyway.
Man,
Do you remember that video?
I think so.
It feels familiar.
The boyfriend died.
Oh
Girlfriend.
Yeah.
At the bus stop or some shit.
Yeah, I was just walking down the street.
Right.
Dudes flashing a knife all over the place.
Wait a minute, didn't it come out that, or maybe it's a different one? Didn't it come out as something that like it ends up like the white dude was like abusing it turned out to be a really screwed up story. Like they were sexually abusing the guy when he was a teen or a young kid or whatever, and the girlfriend was all like, "Oh well, I forgive him," or it was just a whole screwed up thing. Maybe I'm mixing up two stories, but
I think that's a mix up of two stories.
Yeah.
She was interviewed afterwards, and it was just like, well, I mean, we didn't want to appear this way.
Oh.
So we just walked into danger instead of crossing the street.
Yeah, that's definitely two. I'm mixing up two different stories, but yeah, both are messed up. Yeah, cross the street.
Was it Patrice O'Neill who was like, it was a joke that it was like, pussy don't age like wine, it ages like bread. Mad, you would know.
Oh, I mean, if it's not, it should have been.
Yeah, right.
I think it was.
Patrice O'Neill, dude, fucking goat.
He's so
It doesn't get better. It gets moldy.
Damn. I have to brush my teeth again now.
Why did you just have some bread?
Nope.
I was waiting for the answer. It took a little too long.
Oh, brothers, it's 3 hours. I think we're gonna call it for tonight. I think ending on pussy bread is a great place to be.
Damn straight.
Yep. But next week, final episode of this wonderful show. But the good news is, the Beast, you're here a little late because it's probably the end of your workday, but found a place to live. Got a couple other ends to tie up, but just bought my plane ticket today as well. So it's real. It's happening. But yeah, one more big show. We'll try and get some of our favorite friends back.
Garrett
next week. Garrett
was here last week.
He was here.
He did
last
it when
week.
he could.
We're gonna try.
I
and get
wasn't here. It
Flawed.
doesn't count.
Maybe Garrett can come back. Maybe
we can get Flawed.
Yeah, I was gonna say Flawed maybe. Or reach out to Adam. We'll reach out to all the usual suspects, and then until the midweek hump resurrection in Hawaii. I don't think it's gonna work.
If I don't get an invite, then the DEI hire part will be definitely true.
I think Vex is going to come next week. Vex Electronic will be back.
Now
Always
you
a fun
pissed off
time.
Mad.
Yep.
There's going to be a chick on the show.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm not gay no more. It's a new channel. It's a new Mad. Wait. Right? Do I still hate women on?
No, on the new channel, you like them.
Yeah. Oh.
That's why you keep highlighting the lovely Sherry's chats.
Yeah. Anyways, you guys got anything coming up this week you want to talk about? Mad, let's start with you.
Nope, not till next Tuesday. We'll be doing another Madapep. Oh man, I can't wait till 4th of July. We're gonna be doing one on one of my favorite heroes of the Revolutionary War, Samuel Whitmore, and the death of George Washington. Looking forward to those two stories.
Awesome.
Doesn't end well for George.
Yep. I heard he dies. Doesn't he die of like blood poisoning? Like
no, they took fucking so much of his goddamn blood. Like, now this will cure his cold.
Oh, they were like bloodletting, and then he
bleaching.
Yeah. And then somebody wanted to come and resurrect him. Like, dig him up. I got an idea. It's a whole story. It's crazy.
Brahma, what do you got coming up?
The rest of this week, I don't think I'm doing anything until Saturday. I've got bourbon and boarding. If the cup is won in the Stanley Cup, great. But I think it's the last show for the season either way. And then Sunday we've got the bullpen doing the politics thing, 8 p.m. Mountain.
Beautiful. King, what do you got? What do you got coming up? You got any big things?
Shit, I'm a nobody. I keep it low key.
Oh, thank God. I was like, I have no idea who he is. But now that I know he's a nobody.
Yeah. You might see me hanging out sometime, definitely a mod for Krigler's, Adam Krigler. If you want to check out his show, that's it.
Never heard of him?
Never heard.
Never heard of him?
He's been doing some good interviews. So I'm
Yeah, the last few days, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Cool. And you guys obviously follow everyone. All the links are in the chat. Make sure you do that. Camelot, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you, chat, for hanging out all night long and lurking. Thank you so much for the run so far. We got one more episode left. Hopefully all of you can join us, or most of you. But that's it. I got nothing planned the rest of this week. I got to do a lot of shit to prepare for moving. So if I'm online, check out my YouTube, check out my Twitch. I've been playing the 1.1 update to Satisfactory, which has been fun. So anyways,
are you going to do Dune?
I might.
I'm doing Dune.
We've got a server if you want to join.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to play it, so I might. We'll see.
The servers have been down today or something, I heard.
They did an update and all the private servers rented servers kind of got screwed. Something like that. I don't know.
Good night, chat. We'll see you later.
Night.
Bye.
Night.
I like to put stuff online.